Hello! Hello everybody, welcome back to Golden Wake today it is. We missed it last week, but not this week. I hope you're all doing well. Diddy, grats on first. Bunner, grats on first. And Tony's grats on third. No one actually got second, by the way. So, feel free. But I hope you're all doing well. Hope you're... Actually, remember I forgot to ask last week, Didi, about your mum's property. You mentioned... was it just her or both of them? I can't remember. They were travelling to check on property that was being rebuilt. I hope it's all working out and it's doing well. Because... I'm assuming that's probably from the, there was a, oh god, I can't remember anything, but there was some kind of storm swept through recently, wasn't there, and did quite a lot of damage. I assume it's from that. But I hope they are well, and that the property rebuild was going well as well. It may be something completely unrelated, I don't know, I'm guessing. But, you know, either way. But thank you for the headbats. Second, who needs it? Pah, exactly. In fact, it's still leaky, but hey... Oh, fair enough. Yeah, let it leak down there. It's fine. Better leaking down south than up north, I guess. Don't take that out of context. But yes, Toadies, I hope you're well. AB Bunner, I hope you are also well and having a good day. Yeah, we got... we're having a bit of an odd day today. We woke up to... it's in bloody Florida. Underwater soon enough, fair enough. Yes. Yeah, I don't know the average elevation in Florida, but I understand they're not looking good for sea levels in the potential future. Yeah, we woke up to a message from our mortgage supplier saying, you didn't renew your mortgage offer, so it's been cancelled. You're going to have to start again or lose all your fees. It's like, our broker kind of told us that was sorted. So it may just be an automated message that hasn't been updated on their system, and so it's screwed up and just sort of gone, hey, you didn't fix this, when really someone did. They just didn't tell the system to stop the countdown, so to speak, you know. So we've sent an email to our broker and said, what's this about? Oh, we actually have an appointment with him already. He contacted us yesterday and asked us if we can have like a catch up. I'm assuming, based on the fact that he didn't say it was anything negative and didn't feel it absolutely necessary to call us then, that the catch-up isn't to tell us that the mortgage got cancelled, because it shouldn't be. I would like to think that he would put a little more, you know, impetus on that. But yeah, so he booked an appointment for like this evening to just have a catch-up and see what's going on, because as far as he's concerned, our date for moving is still not set in stone, and it isn't. So he's probably just, you know, wondering what's going on there. But so we sent him a message and said what's going on, and hopefully he'll either check it for the day and tell us later, or he'll come back to us a bit sooner and tell us what's happening. But we've left it with him for a couple of hours. Is that one built in Florida? Drain the water. No, I'm not kidding. Oh, really? What, to build anywhere in Florida? Is it below sea level then? Like the Netherlands or Holland, Florida. Oh, wetlands in general. I see. Right. Oh, blimey. Yeah. I mean, that does make sense because, of course, we get a lot of the a lot of my ideas of Florida are sort of large areas of wetlands with those big boats with the big fans on the back. You know, sort of a la James Bond, whichever one that was. Jesus. God, we're not going that far back, so it's not like Dr. No or Man with the Golden Gun, is it? It's more recent. Was it a Roger Moore one? Is it View to a Kill, maybe? I don't know. Anyway, Azabeth, hello! Hope you're doing well. How are you doing, actually? Doesn't matter, you know. Doesn't matter how much I hope. I'll ask you. How are you doing? How are you doing this Wednesday? So to roll the crocodiles out of the way. There are a few spots in Florida that can go on those boats for a ride. Yeah, they look fun, although I hate to think about the amount of, like, crocodiles or alligators that probably get bonked on the head as they go past, you know? Leaving a wake of destruction. Drain the water again because it rained. Yeah. Hey, I can believe that. But, yeah, so a bit of a weird day for us. Going out to see Deadpool and Wolverine tomorrow, apparently, with the brother-in-law, so that's cool. A bit nervous trying advertising, so either work or not. Oh, okay. What do you mean by trying advertising? Is there anything you wanted to do here? If you got a link, give me a heads up, and I'll what do you call it? Allow it. It's a good movie. You will enjoy it. Thank you. Yes, yeah. He was. He's seen it before, and he was raving about it. He wants everyone else to see it. So he's going to take. He was going with my nephew, and now we're going as well. So for your website, okay. But how is it advertising? What's the deal with it? It's brilliant. Oh, what, the movie? Did you see it? I didn't think you had seen it. Oh no, you did. Yes, yeah, you did. Because I remember it being mentioned. Sorry. Yes, that was secondary. Don't worry. It's brilliant. Brilliant. Facebook and Instagram. Ah, I see. Right. Okay. Fair enough. Well, I hope it pans out. I hope it does something for you. I'm going to go see it with a good friend, my uncle, because we saw the first two together, and when they came out, my uncle would have loved it. Yes, fair enough, yeah. It's nice to keep that sort of consistency going, isn't it? Hello, you. Yeah. The cats are being a bit weird today, because I think probably because I moved some bits around yesterday. I've been able to... right, so the other day I collapsed the wardrobe, which took a bit of effort because it doesn't work for him. Just a bit cat's reading today. Yeah. Hello. Meow. I went on Saturday. It's so fun. You need to see Loki first. Well, that's a bit late for that. I'm not going to be able to see that before tomorrow, so don't worry about it. I'll just guess, I guess. I'll keep up somewhere along the line. I did see a couple of reviews of 1 or 2 episodes of Loki, so I sort of understand what's happening. But I never actually got around to watching it. But I have to admit, I wasn't that fussed. I was like, meh. Oh, it's just started raining outside. Interesting. Anyway, yeah, so I collapsed the wardrobe and just basically broke it because it was one of those tubular steel frames with a canvas cover, because we bought it when we moved in. We bought it because it literally just fit in the gap, so it was perfect fit, really. But we just bought it for somewhere to hang clothes and keep them covered, protected from dust and daylight and so on. So right, okay, that's fine. That'll do for a cheap wardrobe because that's what we could afford at the time. And we just never bothered really upgrading it because we've never had much of a room or need to do so. Anyway, so taking it down, it wouldn't come apart properly, so I just broke it. I just sort of cut it up and tore it to pieces because I just had to get it apart. But now in that gap, we've got just literally a stack of boxes now, and that's given us a lot more room elsewhere. So we've got a lot to work with. Of course, we're immediately filling gaps we've made with more boxes, but that's fine because that means everything's getting packed. But it has upset the cats a little bit because although they've got a little bit more room to work with, some spaces that they had found, that were consistent, are no longer consistent again, and they're dealing with the uproar. That's not right, but they're dealing with the change in circumstances quite well so far. They're coping quite well. Like the other day, we have 2 cats. One is quite chonky and I won't say he's not lazy, but he's more laid back generally. Then we have a skinny, skittish one. And the skittish one the other day was laid out on the landing, just chilling out. And I was moving boxes all around him. I had to, I threw down a couple of things, not too loudly, but just, dropped them on the floor or whatever randomly. And he didn't budge an inch. Another thing, wasn't skittish in the slightest, didn't care, didn't move. In fact, he only moved when I needed to move him because I didn't want to accidentally stand on him because I was getting tired and I was like, I don't want to stumble and crush him, so I'll just move him out of the way now. Yeah, so they're taking it in stride quite well, but of course this is upsetting them when, he's getting quite annoyed now because I've covered his bed, literally his bed, in a big old plastic box which needs sorting through, and he's like, my bed, yeah, bastard. Oh, sorry. Anyway, didn't need to watch Loki, but then again, I thrive in fan fiction, so I know the big point. Right, okay, most of them people writing fan fiction, calling out all the bull in the show. Oh, fair enough. One of the really good ones. Thank you for the alert, Diddy. Oh, okay, but Father, this one, the way I like it. Yes, yeah, exactly. It's exactly that. I appreciate the alert. Thank you. But yeah, he's just. It's like I have a huge cushion. I mentioned this weeks ago. I have a huge cushion next to me, next to my chair at the desk, and that has become like another bed. It was, but inviting me to sleep on your face. No, oh God, yeah, practically. But Yeah, and they love this cushion, so that's great. But that means that I'm now with the dilemma of I can either wrap the cushion is too big. I'm not going to pack it in a box. I'll just put it in a bag, essentially keep it dust and dirt free while we move it. So I can't bag it up until I'm sort of ready to force them off of another bed that they found, because they're getting such use out of it. I'd feel bad if I just wrapped it up now, because then they'd have nowhere to sleep for the next, month, basically, So it's like, what do I do with the cushion until then? It's a mess. Yeah, we sort of. So they're struggling a bit, but they're taking it quite well. Especially, we're still not letting them out because one of them. Yeah, he goes off and eats things he shouldn't, so we're just leaving them indoors. And the stupid thing is, when you first leave them, like trap them inside, so to speak, they get kind of wound up, and they're like, I want to go out all the time. Then after a little while, they kind of get used to it. They get used to the idea they're not going out, so they're not at the back door pestering all the time. I still occasionally have to go out the back door too, because that's where our bins go out and things like that. So I still have to occasionally go out and make sure they're not there, but they're not, beating at the door trying to get out like normal. And thank you, wifey. And they sort of get, they've gotten used to it. And the odd thing is, their moods calm down as well, because they, when you let them out, they get very territorial and they start to fight a lot. But when you make them sort of stay essentially within close proximity, it's like they calm down and they just go, well, this is our place now, this is what we do, so never mind, and so there's a lot less fighting from them. It's not perfect still, but their moods generally are calm. So it's sort of, they're getting used to it, and they'll have to get used to it when we move, and I think it'll be easier when we move as well, because there'll be a bit more room to work with, but also because it's a new environment. It will just be new rules. Whereas now they know what they're missing, because they can't go out in the garden, they can't go check the territory they had before. Whereas when we get to a new place, they'll go, well, I don't know anything about this, so these are my boundaries now, that's it, So I think it'll be sort of easier for them then. But they're going to be going away to some friends of ours for a couple of days while we move, just to really keep the stress off of them, They'll have a nice little place to just chill out with some relaxing radio noises and people who will keep them company and pet them occasionally, and just so that they'll spend a couple of nights away just for that. Give them whiskey, works for me. Working it again. Hi everyone. Yes, thank you, wifey. Thank you for the like. But yeah, anyway, so I mean, yeah, things are otherwise basically same old. That's the life that's been happening. So, what's been going on in... Yeah, we had Ants last week. It's been going on in Golden Wake. We recently joined the mob. And I think, if I remember correctly, the next thing is that the mob have given us a job of tackling our brother's restaurant. I think he got into debt with them, or he's in some kind of competition, and they want him dealt with. And now we have the dilemma. Oh, no, it's our brother's place. Do we really burn it down, or whatever we're going to do, People they're staying with as a kitty whisperer. She can brush Ziggy's coat without the use of armour. Yes, yeah. Well, it's not necessarily that you need armour so much as just to pin him down. He just won't stay still or whine about it. He doesn't claw that much generally, unless he's trying to get away. At which point it's just a matter of he's not actively scratching as much as just his claws are there to help him move. It's the other one. When he wants to claw, Jesus, because Ziggy, he's like He's the thin, skinny one, and his claws are like a kitten's. They're sort of small pins. Whereas Quizlix is the bigger one. Again, most of the time this is him struggling to get away. He's not actively attacking you, but Quizlix, he's the stocky one. He's hefty, and his claws are just like they're actual just like claws. He'll put them in and he'll just rake you. Yeah. You can be evil, can't you? Yeah, you can. Poop your news. Yeah. He's the one that I like to play where I like to play with him where sometimes he's laying there and then he gets excited and I get his belly for a little time and then he'll tear my arms to pieces. But it's worth it because I get his belly. So, you know, it's all fine. Okay, anyway, yes. So we shall went to Golden Wake. Let's try that. See what happens. Right, start this up. Swap over. Deafening silence. We are the mob now. Of service. I don't know what that means. It's the latest one, I'm assuming, so we'll go with that. Oh, yeah, because we went to somewhere else. How can we be of service? That's the one. Right, okay. I forgot we were doing the other jobs first. And we got this guy with us. Oh, yeah, because there was the guy in the pharmacy who ran away. And there's this guy who's in an admin office. Oh, God, I can't remember who he is now. We'll work it out, I'm sure. Okay, so there's a cabinet with some ledgers on top of it. It probably contains boring business-related documents, probably. I think we looked at all these before. So it's Freddy on a fishing trip. He's holding very large fish and smiling broadly. The photo shows a nice house. It's probably... Hey, wait, is his name Freedy? Freedy, isn't it? Oh, okay, I've been reading it. What's his name? Herbert Freedy. Oh, Freedy's his last name, that's why, yeah. He's standing in front of a church. Okay. The window provides an ample amount of sunlight to the room. Outside, you can see cars going past. I was really read that as oars. See oars going past? As well as the occasional streetcar. The sight of them makes you seethe. Seethe. Okay, we got Butch here. Freddy has several books. They appear mostly consist of classic literature. Several books. All several of them. Okay, Herbert Freedy.
We need to have a talk, Mr. Freedy.
What about, Mr. Banks?
You enjoy your job, Mr. Freedy?
I would say so, yes.
Been working for Mr. Merrick long?
Well, about 3 years now, yes. Why'd you ask?
I'm just a bit interested in how you got such a high-ranking position in such a short amount of time.
I'm not sure what you're implying, young man, but I can assure you my credentials are what got me here, nothing else.
That's good to know.
Do you think that's a toupee he's wearing?
We're here on behalf of Fatty Walsh. Do you know him?
Fatty Walsh? Oh, God. Oh, God. Listen, please, listen to me. I'm in a difficult position right now. I've tried to stop drinking, believe me. It's put me in terrible debt, just terrible. I thought I could just stop cold turkey, but I'm too weak. Please, I'm begging you, tell Mr. Walsh I'll get him his money soon, but I can't go on like this. I just can't.
Attempt threat.
Now, Mr. Freedy, I think we can all come out of this winners if you just listen to me.
Oh, okay.
Oh no, okay. Oh, let's see if I can get this without the intuition. Doesn't have to be difficult. Try and avoid having to hurt you. I'll break... Oh, Jesus. Okay, let's not go with that one.
Mr. Freedy, this doesn't have to be difficult, but realize that we may have to take some drastic measures if you don't cooperate.
Drastic measures? Mr. Banks, what is the meaning of this?
You owe Fatty Walsh some money. You to collect in blood. To learn a lesson about punctual payments. I don't want to burn down your children, but I will. Burn down your...
I think I made myself perfectly clear from the get-go. You owe Fatty Walsh some money.
I won't deny that that's the case, but really, this is unnecessary. I'm sure we can work something out. This is all just a big misunderstanding.
The phrase forgive and forget isn't in Fatty's lexicon. Well, we haven't. That's a lie. Let's start getting a little more aggressive because he's being resistant.
You clearly don't know Mr. Walsh. He's about as understanding as a rabid pit bull.
I knew I should never have gotten involved with bootleggers.
Mr. Freedy, I'm afraid you leave me no choice.
Oh. Pay up or your family will all be killed? But hang on, do you remember how when we started with the mob, he's like, I'm not really sure I want to be hurting people. And the other guy's like, it's fine, you just do some talking. We'll let everyone else deal with it. And now we're on to threatening his family. Threatened secret. Cement shoes at the bottom of the bay. So who do we... Do we know he has much of a family? His pictures didn't seem to reveal much. A church, so he may be married. But I don't... And there was fishing. So there was fishing, church and a house, but no mention of family. You know, they especially... Exactly. You can't drink with no liver. But you could, it just pours out all the holes. I don't want to threaten his life. That's a bit harsh. Just as us, as a person, I feel like that's really, you know, going way too far. So let's just try and reason about his job.
If you don't pay up, I'll have to go tell everyone in the office about your little indulgence.
If that's supposed to be a threat, you'll have to do better. My indulgence,
Oh.
as you call it, isn't exactly a secret around here.
So what's it gonna be, Freedy?
No deal. I'll give you that. But your bark, it's worse than your bite.
We need to have a...
What about?
No, hang on.
That'll be all.
Where's me? There we go. I want to try that again. Front of a church. Where you go? Yeah, just him and probably shows a nice house. Smiling broadly with his fish. Okay.
We need to have a...
What about?
Himself.
I've been working about a month. I'm not sure. That's good. We're here on...
Oh, listen. I thought I pleased.
Okay, so we need to be more
Tell
reasonable.
Mr. Walsh, I'll get him.
Get him with that
his
sand.
Now,
Attempt threat, right? Okay. Okay, so I still want to start now general. Gentle. It feels stupid to jump up to... Oh, okay. Unless, I mean, this is vaguely gentle, but gets the point across. Threaten his fish, exactly, yeah. Trying to avoid having to hurt you.
Mr. Freedy, you seem like a smart man. You don't want to get hurt. I don't want you to get hurt. So I suggest you cooperate with us.
Now, wait a minute. Who said anything about getting hurt? We don't need to make a mountain out of a molehill. Just tell me what it is you want.
Okay, he's looking concerned. What did he say before? Already told you owe some money. He was like, damn it, I knew it was wrong to get in with the bootleggers. Was that the situation there? See, this is a threat, but it's also not that bad. Yeah, exactly, the last one. See, we're not specifically stating anything, but it's implied. He needs to learn a lesson. We're not saying we're going to teach you a lesson this second.
We're here to teach you a lesson about paying on time.
Where do you get off? Lack of punctuality isn't a problem I have. It's just been a bad month. Can't Mr. Walsh make an exception? I'm only human, after all.
I don't think you know Mr. Walsh very well. The phrase forgive and forget isn't in his lexicon.
Well, who's to say he can't learn? I'm sure he'd be perfectly willing to listen to reason.
Mr. Freedy, I'm afraid you leave me no choice.
It's just jump straight to it. Well, listen about loan repayments. Economic textbooks were going to make you eat.
You don't pay Mr. Walsh his money, you're going to end up at the bottom of Biscayne Bay wearing cement shoes.
You wouldn't dare! I'm too important in this community to be murdered in cold blood.
So what's it going to be, Freedy?
No deal, Banks. You talk tough, I'll give you that.
God damn it. We'll get it.
What about...
I'll go through this bit just because
That's good to...
I don't know. I did it before.
Oh, listen, I thought, please...
Now,
Okay. Oh god, I feel like we're supposed to be trying to talk our way out of this. Jumping straight to immediate threats is going to rile him up, because seemingly we're not very good at threatening people. But then we could just... Maybe we could never really... Well, there must be a way to get past this. He's a pain... Yeah, sure. Let's do
okay, Freedy, shut your pie hole and listen. If you enjoy the use of both your arms, you'll cooperate with us to the letter.
Mr. Banks, really? Threats are one thing, but this is just ridiculous. What is it you're after, exactly?
I think I made myself perfectly clear from the get-go. You owe Fatty Walsh some money.
I won't deny that that's the case, but really, this is unnecessary. I'm sure we can work something out. This is all just a big misunderstanding.
Obviously, you don't know Mr. Walsh. I've seen him clobber a guy just for looking at him the wrong way.
I had no idea. Mr. Walsh always seemed perfectly reasonable.
Mr. Freedy, I'm afraid you leave me no choice.
Time for violence, sure, okay. But I don't know he has a family. And he insisted, oh, I'm too important, so maybe his family would be.
Fatty doesn't just stop at those who cross him. I'd hate to see any harm come to your family.
Hollow words, Banks.
Damn it, I knew it!
Family to threaten.
So what's it gonna be, Freedy?
No,
We were so close. God damn it, okay. We were nearly there.
We need to
Himself. I'm so glad we can skip
we're
text.
here. Please.
Now,
Right, okay.
okay,
Aggressive.
Mr. Banks, really?
You need money.
I won't.
Violent.
Mr. Freedy,
Life.
you don't pay Mr. Walsh his money, you're gonna end up at the bottom of Biscayne Bay wearing cement shoes.
You wouldn't dare. I'm too important in this community to be murdered in cold blood.
So what's it gonna be, Freedy?
No deal, Banks.
What?
You talk tough, I'll give you that. But your bark, it's worse than your
Robot
bite.
Man had a real face once, yeah.
We need to have a...
What about...
Save the drama for someone who cares. Butch, a little assistance?
What are you doing?
Now, are you gonna give Mr. Walsh his money or not?
You'll never get away with this. Merrick will hear about this for sure.
Butch,
Ow! Fine. Tell Walsh I'll send the money tonight. Just leave me alone.
there now. That wasn't so hard, was it?
I wonder if there was a stage in the first part we can do. Like, you've got to get it the right way round. We can always call on Butch, so I want to try again. Sorry about this, but I really want to.
We need to... What a... We're here... Now.
So he seems really, annoyed. Try
Mr.
moderate.
Freedy, you seem like...
Now wait a minute. Who said anything about getting hurt?
Well, he'll just tell me what it is you want.
I
Your
think
money.
I won't deny that that's the case, but really, this is unnecessary.
Obviously, you don't...
I had no idea.
Mr. Freedy, I'm afraid you leave me no choice.
It has to be the top one because we've ruled out the others. He has no family. The secret is irrelevant. So it has to be his
You
life.
don't pay Mr. Walsh his money, you're going to end up at the bottom of Biscayne Bay wearing cement shoes.
You wouldn't dare.
So what's it going to be, Freedy?
Fine. Tell Mr.
There we
Walsh
go.
he'll get his money by the end of the day. I hope you're proud of yourself, Banks. You certainly have a bright future ahead of you as a common thug.
Compliment accepted, Mr. Freedy.
Sweet. Oh, and I got an achievement. See, I knew there would be an achievement there. You're going to pay for that. he is wearing a toupee. Good to know. Okay.
I'm afraid we've got to get going.
Fine. You can see yourselves out.
It's nice to know there was the other option of getting Butch involved, but I knew there had to be a way to talk around it. That was our point here, obviously. I love these little sort of character models. They have a real, as they move around, they have a real, like, Monkey Island or Fate of Atlantis kind of look to them, you know. I understand it's just a matter of making a person out of pixels, you know, but it's good. I like it. Gable's Administration Office. Was that the one we just came from? The Alhambra Drugstore. Yep. Did we finish the drugstore one? Did we get round to doing that? Oh, no, because I was like... I wondered if I needed something else because I could never catch up to him. So I wondered if I needed like an object to throw at him or something like that. There wasn't anything else at the administration office to pick up as far as I could tell. It wouldn't let me work on the hat stand or anything like that. Off to the diner it is. Oh, I should save actually. We've just done something different, so you know. Brother diner. There we go. Soda jerk. Kid behind the counter has the look of someone who's working his first ever job and considers the most important position in the world. Fair enough.
Welcome to Beauregard's Diner, sir. Will you be wanting a booth or counter service?
Neither, actually. I was wondering if I could ask you a couple questions.
Sure. I guess that'd be okay.
I'd like to speak to the owner. Is he in?
He's in the back, but he's really busy.
I'm sure he is, but it's rather urgent that I speak to him.
Like I said, he's busy.
Tell him his brother Alfie needs to talk to him. Now.
Well, this just got interesting.
Okay, just give me a minute. I'll go get him.
What's this about?
Good to see you too, Bo.
Oh, don't give me that baloney. How many times have I seen you in the past 4 years? 2? 3? I know you're a fancy real estate big shot now, but you could at least have the common courtesy to keep in touch with your own brother.
Yes, I know. I've
Such
got
a
real
pig
chump
face.
lately, and I'm sorry. But I need you to listen to me for a minute. There's some serious matters we need to discuss.
Fine, I'm listening.
Can we just ask him about the other stuff while we're here? I'm an utter arsehole. Now listen.
When did you buy this place?
6 months ago. I assume you'd have gotten one of the several messages I left you about it?
I must have gotten them mixed up with some other documents. Did the hurricane cause you any problems?
Oh, please. Now of all times is when you decide to show some concern? I know you didn't come here just to talk about that. So what's this really about?
Are you familiar with someone who goes by the name Fatty Walsh?
Walsh? I think I got a note from someone named Walsh shortly after I bought the diner.
Did you read it?
No, I started to, but it seemed like some nonsense intended for the previous owner, so I got rid of it. Why? Who is Fatty Walsh?
Well, he really hates us anyway. Should we just aggressively warn? No, okay, let's gently.
Bo, I need you to listen to me very carefully. Fatty Walsh is a gangster operating out of the Biltmore Hotel. He had a deal wherein he provided bootleg alcohol to the previous owner of this diner, and he expects you to continue honoring it.
Expects me to? Where's my say in this?
Bo, relax. Just listen to me.
And how do you even know about this?
Because he sent me to collect the money. But I can tell him you'll get it to him.
What? You're working for the mob now?
Bo, calm down. I need you to listen.
No, you listen! I don't hear from you in years, and now you just show up out of the blue with some 2-bit thug and try and strong-arm me to giving money to someone I've never even heard of?
Hey now, there's no need for name-calling.
You tell your boss there's no deal. I'm not interested in any illegal activities.
Bo, wait!
I have been waiting, Alfie. Didn't you hear me earlier? I'm through with this. Just do me one favor, would you? Level with me. Why have you been avoiding me all this time?
Maybe because of the amount of gaps we've had in, sort of various weeks in between playing this, but I'm not sure I entirely understand the truth at all. Is it just because he's a lazy mama's boy, basically?
Because it kills me to see you succeed.
What?
All your life, you've just sat around being babied. Well, I've had to bust my hump to take care of you and Mother since Father died. Then all of a sudden, you decide to ride my coattails and come down here?
I thought you'd be proud of me for showing some initiative.
You came down here, lazed around, spending Mother's money for a few years, then bought a diner. Am I meant to be impressed? You've had everything handed to you on a silver platter. Do you even know half of what I've done? I should be mayor of this city.
What's happened to you, Alfie?
Nothing's happened. I'm just finally telling you the truth. You asked for it, after all.
You're right. I did. Now get out of my diner.
That was heartwarming.
Oh, shut it.
Quite much. Okay, so that's the diner off of it. So I wonder what the other two are about then. But we still have to finish this one.
So much for the element of surprise. Get the car and let's try heading him off again.
Again. Your band is amazingly good shape.
I don't.
So I've got...
Running away.
Some benefit to working in a drugstore. I can't do anything with any of this.
Damn it. Got away.
You couldn't keep up with the old guy?
He's a lot quicker than he looks.
Chase him into
Let's
traffic.
get out of here. Maybe he'll come back to the store later.
The only thing I can click on is him. He's the only thing to interact with, and I don't have anything else. Let's head back here, see if there is an object I've missed, because it allows us to come back, so maybe there is something still here that we need. Blimey. Slow down. Car. Butch.
You don't really say much, do you?
Don't need to. You say plenty for both of us.
There is that. Can't see anything productive coming out of using that. The sign proclaims that it's the Coral Gables Administration Building. Having been in sales, you know, have had much to do with this branch of the operation. Okay. Maybe there is something I missed in the office?
Just a minute.
We've just come to snoop around a
Oh
bit.
God, it's you. What is it you need now? I don't want any more trouble.
Really seem to give us a set of folders on somebody's cabinet. They probably just contain boring documents. Can't search the place with 3D in the room.
We need to have...
What about, Mr. Banks?
That'll be all for now, I think.
Okay.
Butch, could you see about getting this guy out of the office for a few minutes?
Okay.
I need to have a look around.
Sure thing. Hey, Rughead, let's step outside for a minute.
Rocket.
Beg your pardon?
I need to talk to you in private. Outside. Now.
Yes. Yes, of course. Not a problem. Let's just step outside the door here.
Are we going to find like a fishing line we can catch the guy? Find absolutely nothing of interest. Such as desk. Impeccably neat and well kept. The only thing you find of interest is a photo of Freddy at a party. Figuring it might come in handy later, you keep it. Oh. Seems to be a photograph of... Oh, Freddy, sorry, I keep saying Freddy. Was taken recently at a party. Interesting. The owner of the Alhambra drugstore in the background, partaking in a drink. Seems he's getting a little extra booze on the side from Freddy. Excuse me, sorry. Excuse me, sorry. Okay. So maybe I get to use this on the guy while he's running, like shout at him or something.
We need to have...
What about?
That'll be all. I'm afraid we've got to get...
Okay. So we'll call that then. Let's get the heck out of here.
So much for the element of surprise.
So it's
Get
like
the car
Walt
and let's
Disney in
try
the
heading
background.
off again.
Or Stalin, I'm not sure.
So, you've been getting a little extra booze on the side from Freddy. I'm sure that would really interest Fatty.
What? How did you...
I don't...
Wait. I need more? Oh, no, because he
Was that
slowed him down
really
enough.
necessary?
Okay.
Fine. Tell Fatty I'll get him his money. Now, get out of here and don't come back.
Phew. I was really worried for a second there. We complete the task assigned to you by Fanny. You and Butch head back to the Biltmore. Cool.
I have to say, that went smoother than I'd expected. You're not a bad partner, Butch.
Thanks. You ain't so bad yourself.
Alfie, there you are. Thank goodness I found you. Maybe you can help me understand what's going on. I've just spoken with Mr. Freddy at the administration office, and he told me that you and another man had harassed him. Why on earth would he say such a thing?
Oh, okay, right. We can confirm it, at which point we're probably going to get fired. We can deny it, which we are apparently... Despite being a bit of a grifter at times, we're not a very good liar, seemingly. Or we could just resign. I feel like resigning. Just like throw it in his face. Just be like, fuck you, man. We worked hard. I mean, don't get me wrong. Throughout all of this, I feel like we're being a bit of a baby. But if we're going to play on our side, you know, devil's advocate, so to speak, I think it'd be hilarious just to like throw it back at him. Say, I gave you everything, man, and you gave me nothing. Except for more work, bastard. So I found, actually, do we even know it pays better? I don't know what good is coming of this exactly. So yeah, I'm going to go with resign.
I suppose now is as good a time as any to tell you I quit.
What?
I've gained new employment by way of Fatty Walsh.
You can't be serious.
As a heart attack, George.
But I don't understand. Why? Weren't you happy working for me?
Happy? Happy? How can you even ask that? You've never appreciated anything I've done.
Now, Alfie, you know that isn't true.
I looked up to you, George. The day you hired me on the Coral Gables project was one of the best I can remember. I did everything I could to help it succeed, bent over backwards to get where we are today. And how do you repay me? By making that two-bit snake oil salesman Dammers mayor instead of me.
Alfie, listen.
No, I'm through listening. I'm through running around like a chicken with its head cut off, and I'm through with you. When I came down here, my goal was to succeed like my father. Well, I can tell you right now, I've not only succeeded, I've surpassed anything he ever did, and I intend to surpass even the great George Merrick. So, if you'll excuse me, I'm going to report back to a boss who actually appreciates my hard work and doesn't just string me along like some floozy.
I mean, that's not going to work out,
You have yourself a nice day, sir.
because Fatty Walsh is always going to be in charge. That's the point, you know. But every time he's like, "Hey, I really appreciate what you've done. Let me give you more work to do." It's like, you can't expect that to pan out, can you?
How'd it go?
The drugstore owner and Freedy will have your money by tonight. The Gable Steiner deal is off.
Off? What do you mean off?
The new owner's not interested in continuing the previous arrangement.
A teetotaler running a diner. Go figure. Well, at least you got the other two to pay. Nice job, kid. I gotta confess, I had my doubts for a while, but you've done good. Welcome to our little family, Banks. You're gonna fit in just fine.
Also, bum. Havana, Cuba. 1928. What's the jump now? Was that 2-3 years?
So this is the place? Looks like kind of a dump.
El Gato
The
Muerto.
biggest rum runner in Cuba would be operating out of
Oh, thank you, Didi.
more refined.
Things work differently down here. Not everybody is as flashy as Fatty Walsh.
What was our guy's name again?
Jesus, Banks, I ain't your personal secretary. It's Manny Morales we're looking for. Try to keep it in your head this time, would you?
Oh, thank
now
you.
enough jawing. Let's find this guy, make the deal, and get out of here. This whole island always gets me riled up.
Not surprised. In Cuba, you can imagine like, the heat and the humidity there, and you're wearing a suit. Whew. A black one of that. Gonna kill you. Young lady looks bored as if she puffs away a cigar.
Pardon me, miss.
What do you need, darling?
I need herself.
May I ask what it is you're waiting for out here?
Clients?
Clients. What's your business exactly?
Oh, you Yankees are so cute.
She's a streetwalker, kid. Surprised you couldn't tell from a mile away.
Oh, I see.
Ooh.
You got any plans for tonight?
Afraid so, miss.
Too bad.
Of all the problems in Cuba, a suit is the least. Well, just, you know, for keeping your temperament down. Getting too hot and humid is not going to help.
Anything you can tell me about Havana?
It's the city where I grew up. You want a tour, you came to the wrong place. But if you want a good time that you can't get back in your country, you came to the right bar.
You see?
Do you happen to know Manny Morales?
Who is asking?
I don't think you need to know those details, young lady. Suffice to say, we're here on business from Miami.
I see. I didn't think you looked like a regular tourist. You're here to make a deal on rum, aren't you?
How did you...
You and your friend talk very loudly. Mr. Morales' office is behind the side door inside the bar, but he won't just let you in. He's very paranoid. You must give a password if you're going to get inside.
And do you know this password?
I might even be able to tell you what it is for the right price.
Name it.
There is a man inside the bar. His name is Humberto. You'll recognize him by his stylish dress sense.
Okay.
He procured my services last week and still has not paid. Get my money from him and I'll tell you the password.
Thank you for your time.
See you later, handsome.
Okay, we've got no inventory. Good. That sounds doable. Fort. In the distance, you can see an old fort. It looks as though it has been around for centuries. Moon. The moon shines brightly, casting a pale glow over everything. Okay. Window. Looking through the window, you can see several people inside the bar. Good to know. Can we go through the window? No. That would have been hilarious. Hell of an entrance. She said we'll recognize him. Is he the only guy here? Who isn't, of course, the bartender. Sign appears to advertise some local brand of rum. Okay. The bartender is quietly doing his job. It amuses you to think how long it's been since you've seen one in a legal setting back home. Yeah, fair enough. Vodka. Several bottles of vodka line this part of the bar. Most of them are full to the top with the clear liquor. Bottles of gin. It was never your favourite drink, but it's one of the least horrible of the light liquors. In your opinion. Okay. You gaze at the enticing bottles of whiskey, and their golden brown contents seem to call out to you. You really hope Prohibition gets repealed soon. There seems to be only one brand of rum in this bar, and it's all light. Probably for the best, as you were never really able to stomach the dark stuff. Why is all the rum gone? Whiskey, whiskey, whiskey. Double whiskey. Okay. Slot. Door. Painting. Painting depicts a lush Caribbean evening scene. The painting shows the outside of what looks to be some kind of hat shop. I read that as hot shop. Ashtray. There is an ashtray on the table which contains an old cigar butt. You don't smoke and you don't feel like carrying around someone else's old cigar butt. Well, that's fair enough. Umberto?
Mind if I join you for a moment?
Not at all. Please, have a seat.
The name's Alfie Banks, by the way.
Humberto Suarez. Pleasure to meet you, Mr. Banks.
Suarez.
You seem like a man with taste. You in here regularly?
I am, yes. I find this place is an excellent spot to unwind. Aside from that, we get many tourists like yourself in here, which gives me the chance to practice my English.
I had a little chat with the girl outside. She says you owe her some money.
I'm sure I have no idea what you are talking about.
Is that so?
Mr. Banks, if you wish to come in here and join me for drinks, that is one thing. But to blatantly insult my honor by implying that I would hire that floozy?
Relax, it was just a question. I meant no harm by it. Listen, I feel bad about what I said earlier. Can I make it up to you by getting you a drink?
I won't say no to that. What are we drinking?
Well... whiskey.
Some whiskey, perhaps.
An interesting choice. Arturo, try me those whiskeys.
The glass contains Umberto's drink. The glass contains the drink you ordered. That isn't your drink.
Thank you, Mr. Banks. That was quite enjoyable. If you'd like to have some more, I will not say no.
Want some rye? Of course you do. Okay. So we need to spike it or
Let's get
something.
the drink here.
Stares at you
Do
blankly.
you speak English?
Shakes his head.
Right. Well, no drinks for me then, I guess.
This isn't a self-service bar. Okay. I wonder if she has any hints.
Pardon me, miss.
What do you need, darling?
Thank you for your time.
No?
See you later, handsome.
Okay.
Butch, let's talk a minute.
More talking? No.
What is it?
Could you deal with Umberto? He's not very cooperative.
Sorry, kid, but this ain't the USA. I'm not much for starting international incidents just for the hell of it. I'm not getting my hands dirty here unless I absolutely have to.
Butch, I need you to help me out with a distraction.
What do you need me to do?
Get Umberto's attention while I'm sitting at the table. I'll give you the signal when I'm ready.
Okay, I'll be waiting.
But what are we gonna do? I've got nothing to like put in his drink or anything.
You okay? You seem a bit more on edge than usual.
I told you, Havana and I got some history that ain't so great.
Care to elaborate?
Not particularly. Look, I'll be fine. Once we finish, I'll just pop another sedative for the flight home and everything will be swell.
You
Sedatives?
mentioned You got sedatives? Could I have one?
Do I look like some kind of dope peddler to you?
No, I just thought having one might come in handy.
Planning on slipping someone a Mickey, are you? Okay,
Yes.
I'm not gonna judge. Knock yourself out.
That isn't quite my plan, but thanks. You know anything else about this Morales guy?
I've heard the boss mention him a couple of times, but aside from what I already told you, nothing.
Do you think he knows we're coming?
Guess we'll find out, won't we?
Why does everything we do have to be so opaque?
Because if you go shouting your business from the rooftops, there's a good chance you'll wind up getting clipped.
Let's get back to it.
Nice. Okay, now we know what we're doing. So it has to be a dark drink so that the sedative doesn't show up. Golden brown contents. Light rum. Yeah, golden brown, see-through, see-through. Butcher's kind of given you one of the sedatives, a rather unremarkable small white pill. Yeah, okay, so it's got to be whiskey again.
Mind if I
Is my
join you for a
reasoning.
moment?
Not at all. Please, have a seat.
How about we have another drink?
Excellent. What are we drinking?
Some whiskey, perhaps.
An interesting choice. Arturo, try me those whiskeys.
Leave your hand behind your chair, giving Butch the signal.
Excuse me, do you speak-o the English? I want el drinko, pronto.
Really? Such rudeness.
That was huge as well.
Thank you, Mr. Banks. That was quite enjoyable. If you'd like to have some more, I will not say no.
I'm glad that we're not just easily drunk. Professional poisoner. He managed to survive in Havana without arousing suspicion. Oh, really? Okay. So, okay, probably because we got the drink correct. Search and Butcher's jacket and find 20 Cuban pesos. Is that it? Oh, of course, this is old. This is older anyway, but 20 pesos still doesn't seem like much.
This is what Umberto was carrying. I hope it's enough to settle his debt.
It will have to do. If you want to get into C. Morales, just knock on the door and tell whoever opens the slot that Rosalinda sent you.
Got it. Thank you.
Sweet. Do 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 do.
Rosalinda sent me.
Sweet. Oh.
Well, this don't look so good.
No. Well, who opened the door?
What
Hang on.
happened here?
Looks like our friend got himself a bad case of lead poisoning.
He doesn't look like he's been dead very long, but I didn't hear any shots.
Something ain't right here. This has setup written all over it.
I'll have a look around, see if I can find anything that might tell us more.
Well, not. What do you mean you don't want to close the door? A, there should be someone behind it. The window is locked.
These windows are the only other possible way out of here, and they're both locked.
Can't, on the wall is a map of the Western Caribbean and southeastern United States, on which several red lines have been marked. These must be Morales' supply routes. You're not quite certain what this painting is meant to depict. Looks a bit like a lighthouse being struck by lightning, but I'm not sure. The chair is being tipped over. Whoever was sitting here must have stood up for it very quickly.
Someone beat us to the punch, it seems.
Papers. Go do a telephone. No problem. Thank you for dropping by. We'll be here for about another hour, but no problems if you don't make it. Have a good phone call, I guess. Globe. Looks as though Morales had some interest in geography. Well, yes, you would do. Chest of drawers is fairly unremarkable. Search the drawers, but nothing else. Nothing of interest. Fallen papers. You search through the notes, but they're all written in Spanish. However, there is one in which the name Tom Walsh appears several times.
So Morales at least knew Fatty existed. Maybe he was expecting us. So Morales was meeting with someone already, even though he knew about Fatty. Wait a minute. Butch, we've been so wrapped up in figuring out what happened that we forgot the most obvious question. If Morales was already dead when we got here, then who opened the door?
Yes, that's what I would.
Gentlemen, I'm
Jesus.
sorry to have to tell you this, but the Havana rum running trade is currently under new management.
What is this voice?
Who the hell are you supposed to be?
I'm the new boss.
Same as the old boss, I'd wager.
Be quiet, Yankee.
Ooh, BJ. I beg pardon. It's okay, you weren't there for the punch. Exactly. Yeah.
Why did you kill Morales?
It was time for a change of the business.
Sorry, hello, welcome.
On rum export for far too many years now, not giving others like me a chance to shine. I would say that was rather unfair, wouldn't you?
It's Morales that got killed, yeah. Hello, welcome. How are you doing? I hope you're well. Hope you're having a good afternoon. Talking about good stuff. I mean, we had some good arguments and attempted several times to complete a minigame. So, you know, you missed some repetition at least. What happened with Fatty then? Fatty's still back in America. We're in Havana at the moment. And we're supposed to be here working for Fatty to speak to this guy. And we've turned up and this guy's already dead. Completely forgot. Fair enough. Yeah, that's fine.
We came here to make a deal on behalf of Fatty Walsh back in Miami.
Yes, I know this. I'm sorry, but as the new head of the business, I will have to politely decline your offer.
I don't think Fatty will be too pleased by that.
That's not my problem. I have more reputable clients I can deal with. Walsh is nothing to me.
You sure about that, Chico?
Shall we go in Reno just to watch him die?
There is no need for this nonsense. There will be no deal with Walsh. That is final. Now please, be on your way before I...
Oh.
What did you do that for?
The asshole deserved it. Now let's get out of here before these Cubans start asking questions.
Surprised you didn't just shoot the barman through the door, through the wall, I mean.
Just great. Another assignment gone to pot.
Flee!
You really need to
Yep.
work on that itchy trigger finger of yours, Butch.
Look, I said I was sorry.
Is that what we're supposed to say to Fatty? Sorry, we couldn't make a
Captain
deal
Weather,
because
yeah.
Butch shot the
I
guy
don't know
in
what
the
that
face.
means. The dead
Thanks,
cat,
I'm
right.
really starting to...
Gentlemen, please. I've heard married couples bigger less than you two.
Stay out of this, would you?
Fine. If you want to go back to your boss of failure, I will.
What are you talking about?
The man who went in and killed Morales was Rogelio Vargas, the only other major rum runner in town. His takeover attempt has been a long time coming. The other night, Morales told me about his meeting with Fatty Walsh's men. I knew Vargas hated Walsh and would make his move if he knew about the deal. So I tipped him off. Vargas took care of Morales, and you took care of Vargas, as I expected.
So you played us all. But why?
Isn't it obvious? There is now a vacancy
Yeah.
in the bootleg rum trade.
Duh.
You can go home and tell your boss I'll be happy to open up a route for you.
Happy.
How about that?
Yeah, how about that? Let's go, Butch. I'm starting to see why you and Havana don't get along.
Is it something to do with shooting people for no reason? Well, no, plenty of reason, but you know.
You still on for next week, Rosa?
Wouldn't miss it for anything, handsome.
Okay. Oh, bums! 1929, so okay, year later. Oh no, this isn't me, is it? Oh no, I don't want to see my bum.
Fine, I'm coming.
Oh, right. Oh my. Yeah, exactly, yeah. Fine. You don't have to pick up. Just,
What?
Boss wants to see you. Says it's important.
Fine. Tell him I'll be up in a few minutes.
Who is that?
Mrs. Grundy, come to tell us the party's over.
Oh, forget that noise. Just come back to bed.
Afraid I can't. I'm not in the habit of ignoring orders from upstairs.
Fine. Your loss.
I can't see that emote because it's locked my mouse. You can't remember if the girl was wearing that last night or if it was already there when you came in. Oh no. No time to be cleaning up. Fair enough. Loose clothing. Several articles of women's clothing are strewn around the room. Judging from her current state, you'd assume they belong to the girl in bed. Fair enough. But where's our stuff then? Ooh, what's the painting? Cheap hotel art. Oh, okay. Probably the bathroom then. Oh, no, okay, that's just where we get changed. Okay. Wait, can we... It's the girl you brought back to your hotel room last night. You think her name might start with a D, or was it a B? Oh, well, it doesn't really matter now. Seems to be sleeping peacefully. Best not disturb her right now. Dang.
Will you be long, handsome?
Oh, no longer than last night. Oh. Be charming, be honest, be charming, of course.
Not to worry, sweetheart. I'll be back in 2 shakes of a lamb's tail. Why don't you go ahead and freshen up for when I get back?
Yes, sir.
We're apparently
Glad
charming.
You could step away from the broads and booze long enough to come see me.
Are you gonna give me a hard time, or are you gonna tell me what needs to be done?
Hey, easy now. No need to throw an ing-bang over there.
Ing-bang?
Here's the problem. I've been hearing about some chump out in the swamp brewing his own moonshine and trying to compete with me. The day some classless redneck pulls one over on Fatty Walsh is the day I die. I need you to go out there, find his shack, and sabotage his operation.
The Everglades are huge. How am I supposed to find one shack in the middle of all that swampland?
You'll find a way. There's a camp of prospectors settled near the start of the Tamiami Trail.
Tamiami.
They'll probably know a thing or two.
Right. I'll take care of it.
Oh, and before you go, take this. It could be pretty hairy out there, so if you run into any trouble, you won't be left high and dry.
Finally seeing fit to give me my own gun, huh?
It's been long enough. You've earned it. Now get out there and see what you can find.
What is that emote? Hang on, I'm going to have to temper this. Person getting haircut is what it says to me. Person getting haircutty. Oh no, where's my thingy? Oh, hairy haircut. Close enough. I see. Right. I see what you're saying. Give it a second. There we go. I love the little riff it does as it comes back into game. Okay. Let's throw down a save because it's been a... Oh, jeez, we haven't saved since the diner. Okay, better head. Everglades? Is that right? Spelling how it sounds. Close enough. All right. Let's go. I love the way we're in a black suit now as opposed to white. We're no longer clean. Tamiami Trail. Oh, there we go. Worked out.
Could I borrow your machete?
Can't imagine a fancy suit like yourself using one of these. Go ahead. It'll be fun to watch.
I've done nothing. The first thing I do was like, ooh, machete. There we go. Anywho, right, let's get talking.
Hello, sir.
What do you want, city boy?
City boy. Oh yeah, it did spell it right. Cool.
What exactly are you doing out here?
Trying to find something of value. This land's been worthless since the hurricane in 26, but it might be good for farming. Haven't had too much luck so far.
Yeah, I can imagine.
Anything I should know about the Everglades?
Well, it's full of critters that just love to take a bite out of your fancy suit. I wouldn't stray too far from here unless you've got good reason to.
You seem like a man who's seen a fair bit. Do you know of any moonshine runners set up out here?
Moonshine? I never touch the stuff myself. You got the wrong person if you're looking for it.
It's not quite like that. Let's just say I'm looking for one particular individual for other reasons.
Well, now, I ain't gonna ask too many questions, 'cause you city folk don't bring nothing but trouble. But I can tell you the surest way to find a moonshine runner is to follow the smoke.
Smoke?
Sure. The stills let up an awful lot of smoke. They try and hide it so the law won't catch them, see? But they usually leave some sort of instructions on how to find them as a backup. Matter of fact, I found this old piece of paper behind a tree the other day. Maybe it'll come in useful to you.
I see. Thanks for the information. I'll be going now.
Go on, get.
Yeah. Just an old bit of paper behind a tree, sure. What a coincidence. Yeah, exactly. So we've got a gun. Very first gun. It surprised you that it's taken so long for you to be able to carry one of these. Machete is sharp. It's the perfect tool for cutting through any troublesome undergrowth. Old paper. Be ya Egypt. How many times I gotta tell ya? It's under the road. Is that an RO or is it RD? Short for road, maybe? Okay. Okay. A barrel probably contains some sort of preserved food for survival out there. Okay. Yes. Tent. The tent seems to be where these prospectors hang their hats. Got no business snooping around inside the tent. Damn straight. Okay, into the glades. Prospector. Prospector. Sure, apparently that's the way. Yeah, exactly. Well, sudden music. Large stump. Stump, curved stump. This large stump has a small branch sticking out of the side. You wonder what caused these trees to end up this way. Where once was a tree, now remains only a stump. The stump curves at an odd angle. You wonder what caused the tree to grow this way in the first place. The stump looks as though it would make a good seat to rest on, but unfortunately you haven't got time for that right now. Okay. Okay. It's one of the roots of the mangrove tree. Magnificent mangrove tree dominates the landscape in this part of the forest. Okay. Can we cut the root? You're unable to see how using that would be helpful. No, okay, fair enough. Oh, hello, cat. West, sure. Oh, no. Alligator. A giant alligator is resting on the shore. Don't let his deceptive smile fool you. He looks hungry. Hello, Papa. What's the matter? Okay. There seems to be a small pile of rocks by the shore. If you didn't know better, you'd say they were placed here deliberately. Should we just shoot the alligator?
Go on. Get out of here.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, I did for a second he was going to shoot it, and I was like, I feel a bit bad about that. But if it's the puzzle, it's the puzzle. But yeah, scaring it off, I'm fine with that. I wonder if we do this and it comes up and grabs us anyway. Search underneath the rock pile and find a small metal box. The box is locked. Can we machete it? You slip the thin blade of the machete into the seam under the box's lid. After a few attempts, you're able to pry it open. Yeah, nice. You take a look inside the box. It's empty apart from a folded sheet of old paper, which you take. B, had to move it again. Go see the three brothers. One will point you the right way. Three brothers. Are they the logs we just walked past? Yeah. I mean, it's not like we have a lot of options for directions to go anyway, so it's either back to camp or we go the right way, so you know. So I don't understand. Okay, so maybe it's not them. Let's just try the eastern path and see what happens. Okay. Trees. A cluster of trees grow here. Cluster of trees grow here. That sounds wrong, like there should be grows instead. Each one seems to have a branch pointing in a different direction. Fair, yes. Now is not the time to be climbing trees. Okay, so we've got the exit there. We've got ground. ground is softer here, but not enough for you to be able to do anything with your bare hands. Again, machete. You thrust the machete into the ground and feel it make contact with something hard just below the surface. Twisting it around, you manage to move the soil around and uncover another metal box. The box is locked. Okay, fine. You slip the thin blade, machete, seam under the box's lid, you're able to prise it open. Okay. You look in the box and find that it is again empty, save for another folded piece of paper. You take it. Jesus Christ. The law's getting close. Okay. So that leads us back to the other 3 trees, which have been cut down, but would be in that shape if they weren't. Yeah, bub. What are you doing? Is it me? The music is oppressively louder than before. Ah, was this opening always here? You poke around inside the opening and find that a small metal box has been placed inside. You pull it out. Jesus Christ. I'm going to assume it's locked. Yep, okay, same again. Whoops, the machete blade snaps in half. Apparently it couldn't handle the stress of all of those boxes. You sadly toss it away. Well, nothing to cut so far anyway. Looking at the box, he was unsurprised to find that all it contains is a piece of paper. Hey. Okay. So it's the left hand. Ring finger? Be that one. So if this was a left hand, it would be this one. You search underneath the mangrove tree and find a rope concealed underneath. You give it a sharp tug. Magic ladder, okay. Sweet, okay.
Aha! Found you. Doesn't seem like that's too
Oh,
far
I see.
away.
Okay.
As long as I can keep that direction, I should be able to make it there before nightfall.
It looks practically nightfall now, but okay. Sweet, okay. There's a small patch of dry dirt in front of the shack. Maybe it will eventually be a garden. Maybe. Door, window. A soft flickering glow is coming from the window. It makes the shack look somewhat cozy. A shabby wooden door looks like it's barely attached to its hinges. Pipe? The pipe sticking out the roof seems to be the source of all the smoke. A small section of the shack's roof just juts out, just a bit over the porch area. Okay. It's a love shack. Funky little shack. Well, well, well. Okay. Several empty jars at the top of the box waiting to be filled with moonshine. Not interested. I want a funnel. Haven't got any need for a funnel. A couple of unused funnels are sitting on the floor. That can't be very hygienic, can it? Several mason jars filled with moonshine are waiting to be packed into the boxes. You decide to take a jar of moonshine. As a pair? Might come in handy. Okay. The jar sits on the stool as it slowly gets filled. It looks like it hasn't been here very long, judging by how little liquid there is in it currently. Well, pick up the blanket. Figuring it could come in handy, you pick up the fire blanket. Taking the jar wouldn't do much to sabotage the still. It would easily be replaced. Right, okay, so we have to put the blanket on the roof, I'm assuming, to clog it up and it'll explode or something. Someone has the dentist. Oh no! Okay, good luck. Thank you for dropping by. Yes, I'll see you soon. Take care. Have a good afternoon. As best you can, anyway. Thank you for dropping by. Bye. The fire burns bright and hot as it heats the still above. Oh, thank you for the hydrating. It can't be very safe to have an open flame so close to all this alcohol, though.
Listen!
Oh, thank you, Teeny. As always, includes yourself as well. You cleverly attempt mixing the fire blanket with the moonshine jar, but it doesn't make any sense to do that. Okay, so we can't make a Molotov. That's fine. When did I last save? I was the beginning of the Everglades. Moonshine still. That's not how you type. There we go. The giant metal still takes up most of the room. You're not completely sure how they work, but you think these are filled with mash, which is being heated and distilled into moonshine. In the moonshine when he's gone. Stand underneath more. Husband kibbled over it. No, it's fine. I'll live. Taking the jar wouldn't be handy. Ooh, condenser pipe. The condenser sticking... You consider sticking your finger in the pipe to block it, but realise that wouldn't achieve it very much. You'll need something more permanent. Condenser pipe is where the moonshine comes from. It's connected directly to the still. That doesn't seem to work. Okay, no problem. You don't think simply putting out the fire would be enough to sabotage the stills? Okay, yeah, okay. So maybe there's something out in the dirt out here? Can't see much use for dry dirt. Pour half of the moonshine onto the patch of dirt, creating a nice patch of mud. Okay. Oh, yeah, I didn't mean to do that. You scoop up a handful of mud. Right. So maybe I could put that in the condenser pipe to clog it. You plug up the condenser with the mud. And this one. Plug up the condenser with the mud. Puddle of mud. Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's not what I wanted. There we go. Okay, so that's done. Exhaust pipe. Where was that? That's that bit up here. Can't see anything productive coming out of that. The large connected pipes at the top of the stills funnel out smoke produced from the distilling process, presumably out to the pipe on the roof. I don't know if we can get up there. Can't reach it from my current position. Ah, but I can... Against your better judgment, you decided to climb onto the shack's roof. Okay. That's handy. There we go. Place is going to blow sky high in a minute. You better make yourself scarce. We're out of here. Sounds like someone's coming. It's the Moonshine Runner, but you notice something very familiar about him. Of course, it's the would-be bank robber who you encountered all those years ago. Uh-oh. Oh, boom, boom. Yeah. Do we let him blow up with the stills? I don't think we're completely heartless yet, surely. Let's try and...
Hey, don't go in there!
What? Who's there? You got no business here. Get away before I pump you full of lead.
Cut it out, you stupid chump. The place is gonna blow.
Get bent. You're gonna be sorry when I come back out here.
No, you idiot!
Well, morally, we helped ourselves.
So it's done? You put him out of business?
Yes, it's done. He won't be a problem anymore.
You tried, exactly.
You rubbed him out, huh?
You wouldn't
I didn't
listen.
mean to, but yes.
I like your style. Didn't have you pinned for a button man.
It was an accident, I swear. How was I supposed to know he'd come back when the stills were rigged to blow?
Don't worry about it.
Don't worry about it. I killed a man.
You get used to it. It's all part of the business.
Well, maybe I don't want to get used to it. In fact, maybe I don't want to be part of this business anymore.
Look, you're upset. I get it. It ain't easy bumping someone off. I was pretty upset my first time, too. But get that don't want to be a part of it baloney out of your head. You ain't going anywhere. Understand?
Yes, sir.
Now, that's more like it. Look, I'm having a big party tonight. Come by, have a few drinks, take your mind off things.
All right, maybe I will.
Good. I got an especially big job for you tomorrow, so let's celebrate tonight and discuss the particulars in the morning. See you later, kid.
Mobsters, real estate agents. What's the difference anyway? This ends tonight, fatty. I'll make you see reason one way or another. I might not get out of this alive, but I sure as hell can't keep living like this.
Oh, okay. Oh, we still got the moonshine jar. Interesting. And a gun. I can't see this going well for us, to be honest. Down with Fatty. You should have thought about that before starting to work for Fatty. Well, yeah, exactly, yeah. It's always these same people dancing as well. Couple of wallflowers. Yep. Followed a very deep discussion. I'm pretty sure it's all the same. That was a stamina. They never seem to tire, yeah. Control of the most long-term thing. No, no, true. I assume we're just going upstairs. I don't have any other, plans as such.
Hold on there, Alfie. You know the rules. I gotta search you.
Fine, but make it quick.
Can't let you in carrying a piece, Alfie. You know how the boss is. If you want to come in, you're gonna have to hand it over.
Fine. Here.
Okay, you're clear. Go ahead.
But he gave it to us in there. Nope, that's not what I wanted. Bookcase. We just go through. Don't need to mess around with the bookcase right now. Okay. World of their own.
Mr. Walsh?
Make it snappy, kid.
Oh, he's
I got
here.
a
I
lot
didn't.
Writing on black.
I didn't notice the hat. Oh.
Some party.
Thanks, kid. Glad you're enjoying yourself. Of course, things would be a lot better if that damn delivery would get here already. I'm starting to get impatient.
You mentioned a delivery?
Yeah, that's right, from the bakery. You know, the one the old bag used to run? They're supposed to be sending a cake, but it ain't here yet. Come to think of it, could you be a lamb and go check on it for me?
I'm not your errand boy, Mr. Walsh. Maybe you should ask someone else.
Actually, I think you'll find you are. So get to it.
Duh.
Never mind.
Okay. So there's a cake somewhere around here. Maybe we could put our gun in it.
My gun, please.
Here you go.
You keep mouthing off to people who can and should have shot him. Well, yeah. Oh, plot armor. Sorry, I missed the one a bit. The only reason our guy here isn't a cop. Yeah. Yeah.
Excuse me.
How may I help you, sir?
I'll let you get back to work.
Yes, sir.
Right, okay, blimey. We gotta go all the way to the bakery? The Road Bakery. Louis.
Louis,
Alfie!
how'd you wind up getting this gig?
Fatty said I looked the part. Never trust a skinny baker, he said.
It's true.
I guess you can't really argue with that logic. The apron really suits you.
Thanks.
So, Fatty kept this place going as a bakery?
Yeah, can't say I blame him, though. It's a good side business, nice for laundering, you know?
Not to mention always having sweets available.
Now you're starting to understand.
I love the look of this cake here. Louis. I could have done that better, but you know what I mean. Well, cool, no problem. Thanks for lurking.
I hear there's supposed to be a cake delivery to the Biltmore tonight.
That's right, for Fatty's party. Al's in the back putting the finishing touches on it. But then, he's been doing that for hours. He's obsessed with getting it just right. I had no idea he was this high-strung. I just hope he gets it done in time, or we're all gonna get it.
Take it easy.
You too.
Hopefully all that. Very cute. Then later, fair enough. Back to luck. Thank you. Oh.
Hey, Al. How's it going?
Thanks. I haven't got time to chat right now. I need to have this cake absolutely perfect by tonight or there's gonna be hell to pay.
Glass of whiskey on the table. Apparently it helps Al work. Well. It's a tiny drop of moonshine in the glass of whiskey. There are several materials used for baking spread out on the table. This must be where Al prepared the cake. It's a huge cake. Quite a fancy cake. Clearly a lot of work has been put into making it. Rather not get your hands dirty. Fair enough. Oh.
Hey, Al. How's it going?
Thanks. You poisoned me, didn't you?
What? Don't be ridiculous. I think you're just working too hard.
Shh. Stop talking so loud.
Okay. Several bags of flour are stored on the shelves. Thankfully, you currently have no need to bother with the flour. Ooh, what's the painting? Looks to be a desert landscape. You wonder why there would be chose to hang up in this bakery. Yeah. With a bookcase full of cookbooks from behind which you can hear the sound of muffled music. These gangsters and hiding secret entrances behind bookcases. Fair enough. Don't want to take another man's whiskey. While Al is otherwise distracted, you steal a dollop of icing from the side of the cake. Delicious. But again, taking advantage of Al's current state, you sneakily shove the gun inside the cake, then cover it up with a giant hole in the side.
Hey, Al. How's it going?
Thanks.
What? Shh.
Okay. I assume that's us done now? And the cake will just arrive whenever it's ready?
Louis.
Alfie.
Take it easy.
You too.
Take it easy. Okay. I can't seem to pick it up or anything. Yeah, and the bakery's gone. Okay. Oh, wow. Took us all day to get there and back. Gun cake. Gun cake. There we go.
Hold on there, Alfie. You know the rules. I gotta search you.
Fine, but make it quick.
Pat, 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 pat.
Okay, you're clear. Go ahead.
Let me just get my cake gun. You retrieve a special ingredient from the cake while nobody's looking. Now, do we just shoot him? Or do we threaten him? Threatening him is not going to help, is it? Because he'll just come and get us later, surely. That's the point, you know. These people hold grudges. I won't bother resaving. That seems a bit redundant right now. Gun. Shoot everyone, no witnesses. Exactly. It's now or never. You go over the threats you've rehearsed in your head once again, then reach in your pocket for your gun. Just as you're about to pull it out, however...
Boss, big trouble. The coppers are on their way. Someone tipped them off and they're coming to raid us.
Oh, goddammit.
Just know it, right during a winning streak, too. Okay, you know the drill. Flip the switches and clear everyone out. Party's over, folks. Everybody kindly scram.
Oh, boss, there's just one more thing.
Yeah?
What the hell was that?
He had it coming. Some of the guys up north felt he was getting too big for his britches, so I got the order to cut him down.
So what happens to us now that Fatty's gone? Who's in charge, I mean?
Sorry to bust your bubble, but it ain't you. They'll send someone else from up north in the next couple of days. That's how this works.
So much for loyalty.
Don't give me that crap, Banks. You've been doing this long enough to know that it's all about knowing your place and doing what you're told.
So that story about the police coming was just a distraction?
Oh, no, they're coming all right. They need to find the bodies, so this makes the news. Now, enough standing around.
Butch, wait.
Huh?
You're just gonna leave? What am I supposed to do?
Oh, yeah, about that. The coppers are gonna need someone to pin this on. I'm sorry to say, you drew the short straw, kid. No hard feelings, huh? Oh, I'm locking the elevator behind me, so don't bother trying to follow.
What? How can you...
You son of a bitch,
Figure out
Butch.
another way out of here. And fast.
Okay, hang on. This is going well, exactly. Get out of this place. Okay. Well, I mean, there's no window. There's a bookcase. Of course, there's something productive from using it. You get to close it behind you. There's no point going out there. It's just a balcony. You idiot. It's a way out. Rummaging through Fatty's desk, but all you manage to find is a piece of paper with a very odd short story on it. The escape. Gloria knew that... Oh, geez, time had come. It was now or never. Nobody could tell her what to do. I can't read that. Someone had tried to warn her once she had even intervened. David was sweet, but she didn't love him, knowing this made her feel ill. Oh, Violet? Violet had tried to warn her. That just about makes sense. Anyone else would have stayed. Running away was all she had. Understandably, she was quite upset. Marriage just wasn't for her. Okay, this is a riddle, but I don't know what it's about. Oh, well, no, it's not much of a riddle because we can't do it again. Oh, well, we can, okay. Gloria knew a time ago it was now or never. Nobody could tell her what to do. Violet? Tried to warn her. David was sweet, but she didn't love him. Made her feel ill. Anyone else would have stayed. Running away was all she had. Understandably, she was quite upset. Marriage just wasn't for her. Get in the cake. Stick a bit of icing from the cake. Num. Fatty's pretty dead because it just gets Goes to show the status means nothing in this business. Okay. No desire to play roulette right now. Center of the room. It's a service station at dusk. What can I interact with? Do I have to get out through the window over there? You won't be able to exit this way. Butcher's locked the elevator behind him. Well, yes, but there was a foyer. What is going on? I'm hoping this isn't actually timed. Do we just shoot ourselves? Here's a nice setup here. Alcohol collection more closely. Oh, we examine the okay. Is that... It looks like Smashheim, but I'm not sure it is. Decanter. The decanter is full of dark alcohol, most likely whiskey. Bottle of gin is about 3/4 full. Bottle of rum hasn't even been opened yet. It must have been acquired quite recently. Bottle of vodka is clearly the favourite, and it's the one with the least liquid inside. It's full. 3/4. Okay. Move the top of the decanter and take a whiff out. Should clears out the sinuses. Okay, hang on. I don't see how this works with... Yeah. It's now or never. Nobody would tell her what to do. I tried to warn her once she had even intervened. David was sweet, but she didn't love him, knowing this made her feel ill. Oh, gin, vodka, rum. Jesus, okay. It's the first letters of the lines, okay. Gin, vodka, rum. Suddenly you hear a rumbling sound coming from the other side of the room. A secret passage is opened up through which you escape. Da-da-da.
Thanks. Over here. Easy there, fellas. Let this guy through. He's with me. Is what they're saying true? Fatty Walsh is dead?
I think I'd prefer to plead the fifth on that one, Miss Douglas.
It's not exactly a secret that you were working for him.
Maybe not, but I've realized it's time for another career change.
Well, I'm afraid you're out of luck if you were planning on going back to Coral Gables. Our friend, George Merrick, got ousted from the city commission last June. Just as well, really. I was starting to get sick of writing all that bait-and-hook baloney. There's a new mayor, too. Dammers had some medical issue and went back up north.
Is that so?
In any case, the boom's over. It's all gone bust now. Fact is, the whole world is changing.
Yes, I'm beginning to get that impression.
So what's next for you? Aside from dodging the police, that is.
I'm not sure, but I'll try and figure something out. Good night, Miss Douglas, and thanks. I guess I owe you one.
Don't mention it. Good night, Mr. Banks, and good luck. Something tells me we're all going to be needing quite a lot of it very soon.
Just waved him through the police. Wall Street in panic as stocks crash. Audrey wasn't kidding, the world really has changed. As the country has sunk into a Great Depression, so have you. After the repeal of Prohibition, you mainly spend your time frequenting the newly opened bars. Billions lost on Black Tuesday. Oh, there's another chapter? I thought that was the end of the game. Maybe it's a short chapter. Fall, 1935.
Another round for you, Bill?
Sure, why not? Ever since they started letting us drink again, I just can't say no.
Okay.
So, has the old sad sack been in tonight? Not yet, but it's coming up on 9.
Let's get
He
drinking.
should be here
Thank you,
any
Diddy.
minute. You know, he may be a real son of a bitch, but I can't help but feel sorry for him.
Well, I don't. Plenty of people are hurting these days. A whole bunch are way worse off than him. I'll take those poor folks in the Dust Bowl, for example.
Yeesh.
Anyway, just because he used to be a real estate big shot doesn't give him the excuse to be disagreeable. But hey, As long as he pays and keeps to himself, I have no quarrel with him.
Maybe I can get him going tonight and see if we can finally find out if he was really working for the mob.
Well, speak of the devil. Good evening, Mr. Banks. What'll it be tonight?
Whiskey.
Keep 'em coming.
Yes, sir.
It's only been like
Must be on your tab.
10 years,
It
isn't it?
is every other night. Why should tonight be any different?
Here you are, sir.
Say, you got a light, pal?
Flask?
Say, you got a light, pal?
The guy next to you is currently making that impossible.
Thanks, buddy.
A lot of people
Horns
fast, fair
coming
enough.
out of my forehead or something?
No, sir.
Then why are you staring at me like I do?
You used to work in real estate, didn't you?
Yeah, so? What of it?
So, I'm curious about what it was like to be right in the middle of the land boom. But really, I'm more curious about what happened afterwards. Is it true you were working for Fatty Walsh?
You really are a blue nose, aren't you? If I were you,
I could be obstinate.
I'd stop asking those sorts of questions before things get unpleasant.
Oh, is that a threat? This is exciting. Are you threatening me?
Bill, knock it off.
Oh, okay. If we punch him, we're probably going to get like kicked out and arrested. But he does deserve it. Oh, go on. Let's go in. Oh, ignore him? Shoot everyone. No, well, I mean, we can't really ignore him. We have to tell him something or throw a punch. So either say, yeah, we did, no, we didn't, or, you know, hit him. They thrive on attention. Yeah. He's also just a little git, isn't he? I appreciate your input, DD, but I'm going to punch him. This is how I feel I would probably respond in this situation.
Does this answer your question?
Oh. God damn it, that didn't go how I thought it was.
Oh, my head. Well, I suppose I've woken up in worse
Oh,
spots.
for
than
God's
this
sakes.
before.
Can you not be a loser at everything?
What's that over
When
there
how
on
you
the
supposed
wall?
to... Damn it. Posters on the wall. Delivery drop-off. Puddle. Filthy water is accumulated in the center of the alley. There doesn't seem to be any good drainage system in this place. Okay. Dumpster has been propped open, exposing its smelly contents. A collection of leaflets and flyers are stuck to the wall. They seem to have been here for several years. Splish, splish. Examine the flyers more closely. It's just a bunch of old posters for movies, music events, and prohibition, although you can just make out a familiar blue underneath one of them. You attempt to tear some of the posters off, but they've become plastered to the wall. Has to be some way of seeing what's underneath. Can't see how that would help. Set a light to them. Can't see how that would help. Don't want to explore the dumpster too closely. There doesn't seem to be anything useful that way. Anyway, maybe I can... I don't want to get that wet. Okay. Oh, there's something in the box. Box is empty apart from an old red handkerchief. It reminds you of your old one, so you decide to take it with you. That's why, is it? You soak the handkerchief in the dirty puddle water. Throw me off because I think there's a D in handkerchief. It's a handkerchief. But still. You decide to try wetting the posters with a soaked handkerchief.
Coral Gables. Golden Galleon. Huh. The days when I was an upstart kid who was gonna make something of himself and restore the family name. Look where that got me. Ah, forget it. Life's too short to hold grudges. After all, if it hadn't been for Merrick, I'd probably be panhandling in Bryant Park right now. I might as well go see how the old bird is doing these days. Can't possibly be worse off than me.
It's only been like 20 years since he started.
At least something from the old days.
Why is he acting like he's 60? Oh, we still got the hanger. Oh, lovely. The Merrick family home is made from coral rock. George's family bought this land when they first moved here. At the turn of the century, his family homestead for themselves, wherever they stayed ever since. Okay.
Alfie Banks?
She's still going?
What on earth are you doing here?
Mrs. Merrick, I know it's been a while, and I'm sorry.
10 years is much more than a while in my book, young man.
Yeah, just
in
a
any
bit.
case, I'm afraid you've picked a bad time to call.
What's the matter?
It's George, that stubborn fool. He's gonna get himself killed.
Killed? How?
You mean you haven't heard?
There's a hurricane coming. They're saying it might be as bad as the one in 26. It's set to pass through the Keys tomorrow afternoon.
So, why hasn't anyone prepared here?
Because it's not expected to
Surprised.
come this
Yeah, I know.
far
His
north.
brother's still alive.
Then there's
Thank you
something
for
I'm
listening.
not understanding. How exactly is George in danger?
We've been living down in Matacumbe Key for the past few years. George opened up a fishing club, and we've been running it together ever since he was ousted from the city commission.
Thank you, Diddy.
When he heard the hurricane was coming, he sent me up here and refused to budge. He said he wasn't going to let his dream die twice.
That's crazy. We have to get him out of there.
I'm afraid there isn't much that can be done. They've stopped all the trains going south.
There
Silly
has to be
George.
a way. Don't worry, ladies. I'll get George back here safely. I owe him that much at least.
Please be careful, Alfie.
And good luck.
Does anyone know, is there much left of chapter 4? Is it like a short chapter? Would we get another hour and a half out of it? Or is it like another half hour and we're done? At which point I might stay on. You went for the punch. I know, I expected him to punch harder than that, and then he got bloody slapped back, for Christ's sakes. Jesus. It's fairly short. Okay. 30, 60 minutes? Yeah, it's not worth another stream, is it? Okay, I'll try and power through. So you figure out with heroic death trying to save someone from the hurricane. Maybe. The guard is currently in the way. Oi, get out of my way, buddy.
Begging your pardon, sir.
What can I do for you?
When does the next train leave?
It doesn't.
What?
Well, haven't you heard? There's a hurricane set to strike the Keys.
Yes, I have actually.
Well, then you should know that all the trains have been canceled.
The guy was a bastard. He needed a punch. It's not my fault that apparently we punch like a piece of paper. I don't know. Spike doesn't come away.
Didn't you used to be a guard at the Dinner Key Marina?
Yes, I did. Until I got fired for letting some jerk steal a part from a hydroplane. Took me years to be able to convince anyone to hire me back.
Years? That one bit.
Sorry to hear that. You don't understand. It's of the utmost importance that I get down to the Keys.
I do understand. And I'm afraid you're out of luck, friend. There's only one train going down there, and it's not for passengers.
Why not?
Because it's being sent to evacuate the WPA construction workers who haven't left yet. If you need to take a fishing trip, I suggest you wait a few days.
No, I didn't think he was physically proficient, but I thought maybe 10 years later he might have been able to, pick up something of a punch. But apparently not. He's just grumpy instead.
There's something important we need to discuss.
Is there? Do tell.
Do tell. Oh, okay.
It's extremely important I get on that train.
Oh. If I have to reload this, I haven't saved recently. I've got official business in the Keys. I need to get down there ASAP. I have a friend in the Keys who needs my help. I'm the train conductor. This thing isn't going anywhere without me. Let's try that one.
I have a friend in the Keys who needs my help.
Your friend has probably already been evacuated. There's nobody in their right mind left down there who shouldn't be there.
I know for a fact he hasn't. He's very stubborn and insists on staying.
Conductor Alfie.
I still don't see how that's my problem.
Worthy friend who'd make it worth your while to let me aboard. Empathy or conscience? I don't think he's going to go for greed. Find from this job too? Why not? It's for the betterment of someone else. The greater good. The greater good. Panda Tunes, hello. Welcome, how you doing? Conscience.
A man might die if I don't go down and save him. Can you really live with that on your conscience?
And if I let you go down there, you might get yourself killed too. And then I'd have 2 deaths on
I
my
knew that was going to be his response.
So unless you give me an extraordinary reason, you're not getting on this train.
I need to save George Merrick. He's in danger.
Merrick? The Coral Gables guy? What's he doing down there?
He's been running a fishing club, but he's insisted on staying behind. Please, you don't know him like I do. He's very stubborn and passionate. If I don't go down there, he won't budge and he'll probably die.
Well, I'm sorry, but I have to stand firm on my orders. You're not getting on this train.
Curses. When did I last save? Oh no. Oh no.
Begging your pardon, sir.
What can I do for you?
I'm afraid I must be going.
Have a good day, sir.
Last thing we have to, yeah. Everyone going? Good afternoon, good morning. Yeah, it's all going good here, thank you. I hope you are good. Oh god, do I reload? Isn't got to get out of this place like... That's before the punch, isn't it? But what is the next stage? Guard is currently in the way. Do I slap it with a handkerchief? No, I don't. I'm not trying to combine it. I want to pick it up.
Look, I'm desperate. I need to get on that train. Can I maybe offer you a drink to look the other way?
A drink? You're trying to buy me off with a drink? You're just lucky I've been craving one for hours. Go on, before I change my mind.
Alright, fine.
If anyone asks, you don't tell them I let you on board.
Deal.
Alright, fine. We didn't talk it through. But we got there somehow anyway. Hours later. I'm sure I missed out on an achievement for that, but whatever.
I can't see a thing. We should be well on our way. Now I just need to find a way out of this car.
Alright. So let's use our matches on the lamp. Because we need light. Only way... Really? It's the only way to get on already? Oh, okay. Well, it's to light the lamp right now. It hasn't got any kerosene in it. Oh, for Christ's sakes. Barrel? Interestingly, the lid of the barrel isn't sealed. You lift it up and see that it's nearly full to the top with a... Well, it definitely smells like kerosene. How handy. You gently place the handkerchief in the barrel until it's fully soaked with kerosene. Then, kerosene in the lamp. You wring the kerosene out from the handkerchief, filling the base of the lamp. Right, okay. Using the matches, you quickly light the lamp. Sorted, there we go. Jeez. Talk about... make everything cack-handed. What is this? What is the top of this train like? Cargo? Several boxes and barrels are stacked against the wall. Presumably, these are emergency supplies for the people down in the quays. Multi-purpose handkerchief. Yes, it is. The large metal door is used to load... It was water previously, so it's lucky it dried out. Used to load the boxcar. You also know how to... Also how you managed to sneak in here. Right, okay. Ooh.
The storm seems to have made landfall already. Horse feathers! Sticking around back here probably isn't the best idea. I should head towards the front of the train.
Multi-purpose. No. Hammer. Thank you. Don't mind if I do. It's had to appropriate the hammer. Yes. There's no time to sit down. Normally these seats would be full of passengers, but given the circumstance, they are currently unoccupied. This window has been covered by a plank of plywood, a standard precaution against hurricane winds. We get to take it off for the sake of it. Unable to see how using that here would be helpful. Fair enough. Horse feathers, I know. It's such a weird exclamation, isn't it?
What? Who are you? What are you doing on this train?
The name's Banks. I snuck on board because I need to get to the Keys.
You're crazy. What were you thinking?
I thought this train was meant to be taking supplies down there.
It was, but the people who sent it underestimated the power of the storm. We're only going forward because there's no way to turn back. The train is already starting to come apart. You're lucky it came up here when you did. I was just about to detach the locomotive.
But why?
Because if even one car gets blown off the tracks, the rest of the train will too. It's not worth... Damn it! I was afraid this would happen. If we don't equalize the pressure in this car, in the next few minutes it'll come apart.
Equalize the pressure?
Help me get one of these windows open, would you? Good going, then. Now let's get to the locomotive so we can detach the train. Otherwise, we'll be swept off the tracks along with the rest of it.
Sure, okay. More cargo. They really stocked this train well. It's a shame we were all going to leave it behind, apparently. It's efficient, yes, yeah. It is confused. No, I don't blame you. 1997? Wow. Back to the future.
The winds seem to have died down slightly. We must be entering the eye of the storm.
Oh, bye.
Or maybe not. I'd better find George. There isn't much time.
Was this sign list prices for rentals? Surprisingly resistant to the winds. Building purpose is unknown, but you get the feeling George isn't inside. Seems to be a main house in the area. Hopefully this is where George is holed up. Oh, okay.
George, open this door right now.
Alfie Banks? I have to admit, you were the last person I expected to see walking through that door. What brings you to my little club?
I came to get you, George. In case you weren't aware, there's a huge hurricane on its way.
I am well aware, yes. In fact, I sent Eunice away because of it.
I know. She's the one who told me where I could find you.
Your mom.
I see. I have to confess, I don't fully understand why you've come. But as long as you're here, go ahead and have a seat.
I haven't got time to talk. We have to leave.
I insist. Besides, I'm not going anywhere.
Several photos show Coral Gables in its heyday. You feel a twinge of nostalgia. It's a photograph of Merrick's baby, the Biltmore Hotel. He clearly hasn't forgotten about it after all these years. It's only been 10. We have no way back to safety. Yeah, I assume the train isn't just turning around. Mainly shows an old building on a dark street corner. It makes you think of Charles Dickens. Oh, okay. Clearly George hasn't lost his taste for aesthetics. Okay. Seems George has at least taken some precaution against the hurricane. You wonder how effective it will actually be. The door is currently the only thing between you and the hurricane. You don't feel particularly secure thinking about it.
George?
Yes?
Sure.
I know we didn't part on the best of terms the last time we saw each other. I just wanted to say I'm sorry. I was young and stupid. I thought the world owed me.
Apology accepted, Alfie. We've all been there.
Have we?
So, now that we've got that out of the way, what else is on your mind?
So, what have you been doing with yourself the past few years?
Well, I'm sure you heard about the bust. Coral Gables went bankrupt, and I was forced to step down from the commission. I always enjoyed it down here in the Keys, and Eunice's family just happened to own this property. So we came down here and opened up the fishing club.
Rizalka,
ahoy!
ahoy!
Than I'm used to, but I can't complain. I suppose I had my time to shine.
Couldn't the others have done something for you? What about Doc?
I assume you didn't hear that Doc passed away 5 years ago.
No, I didn't. Huh.
Rizalka, how are you doing? I hope you're well. Welcome to probably the end of the game. We're on chapter 4, and I believe it's pretty short, so you know. It looks wildly different now. Yeah. Duck passed away? I don't think I could play it again. I played it 7-8 times during beta testing. Oh, I see. Fair enough. Nope, that's fair enough. I'm not sure. Geez, I think that's probably the only thing that really puts me off. Sort of, not that I have the opportunity anyway, but that kind of sort of testing of games puts me off in the fact that I like to enjoy the full thing at a time. You know, there we go, one off, not just like that constant like little repetition of so on. You know, give it a decade, maybe.
Did you know this hurricane was coming?
I had heard, yes. The weatherman had been talking about it on the radio the past few days. They seem to take them a bit more seriously down here in the Keys.
Why haven't you evacuated?
Ever heard the old saying, the captain always goes down with his ship? I never abandoned Coral Gables. I see no reason why I should abandon the Caribbean Club.
Caribbean
Coral
Club?
Gables was lucky. It didn't get the worst of the hurricane in 26. You're right in the path of this one.
That may be, but I think I've taken sufficient precautions.
Does he believe that being here... Oh god, I didn't save again, did I? Hang on.
Hold that thought.
There we go. I'm gonna save this time. No, that's not how you spell George. George. Attempt. There we go. Yeah. Does he honestly believe that just being here is going to somehow stop it? Is that how you spell it now? Yeah. That, you know, like, George. I'll go down with it, or what, you know. It's going to kill you. It's as simple as that, you know.
George, we need to leave. Isn't there any way I can convince you?
You did a pretty good job of convincing plenty of other people in the old days. I'm not opposed to hearing what you have to say.
Watch this face. Okay.
Why is it so important we go back?
Because your wife doesn't want you to die? Your absence is felt. You stay here, the hurricane will kill us. We need to leave immediately. Althea is very sick. She's not going to make it. You need to go to her. Rosewater does an old skies as well. I should run on my laptop. Ooh, I'm looking forward to Rosewater. I mean, it'll be a little while before I play it, but I'm looking forward to it.
Because if we don't get out of here, this storm will kill us both.
The storm is passing through right now, yes, but we're safe in here. I've taken all the necessary precautions. Besides, if things get too rough, there's an underground shelter just outside we can stay in.
But
don't you...
How do you plan to get outside if it's too dangerous to be inside?
George.
Yes?
It says reattempt persuasion.
Please, listen to me. We have to get out of here.
So you say, but I have yet to see any valid reason to.
Just waking up.
Alfie, why is it so important?
Sound only listening during wake up routine. No problem. Okay, so we just literally get to attempt it. Let's see what he says about his mother.
Your mother is terribly ill. I came to tell you. I don't think she's going to make it. You need to come back to Miami as soon as possible.
Alfie, please. I watched you sell countless plots of lands and houses to people for years. Do you think I can't tell when you're lying? If this is what you came for, I think we should turn our attention to more worthwhile conversation topics.
This is an empty carcass. I've got to... So the rest about losing the R5, because I thought it would be safe there, but I've been putting it off. That's fair. Return process on the R9. That's Cactus. Do you mean cactus? I don't understand the relevance to the word cactus right there. But yeah, I can understand how frustrating it would be, and again, that puts you off, you know. It's dead, Jim. Oh, fair enough. Oh, that's a bugger. You say the return process, so is it a replacement? Because it is the R9 new, and it didn't work? Okay, specifically for a place to keep things safe so you don't lose them. Horse feathers, exactly.
George, yes?
Reattempt persuasion. So we just keep... I get to use all the options and see what happens?
Coral Gables needs you back, George. It's just not the same without you.
Oh, I hardly think that's true. Coral Gables has been fine without me the past few years. We had our moment in the sun. It's time for a new generation to take over.
Oh, well, we get another option at least.
No, the new generation are a bunch of imbeciles with no idea what they're doing. They need you there to make sure they don't screw things up.
Have some faith, Alfie. We laid the groundwork. Things aren't going to collapse overnight. If you're going to continue with that negative attitude, I think this conversation is best concluded.
God damn it. You know what? I'm going to load it just so it's got my start. Got me from the start. Went a couple of times in the old moment, but didn't work with a new video card. New motherboard, put R9 in it. The motherboard refused to turn on. It's plugged into it. Oh, Jesus.
George. Yes?
I've seen bits on your Discord, obviously. So I sort of understand some bits of what's happening, but some of it was above me, I'm afraid. I feel like computers have got so much more complicated. I used to, you know, I built this one and it seems to have functioned just fine, but there's a lot to take on board. And I really, some of it does just go over my head. Maybe the old motherboard. And it seems like they just don't function as easily as they used to. I don't know, is it me? It's just like, I guess like all new technology, the more complicated it gets, the more likely it is to just not work or break, you know? It's really tetchy, you know? Trying to put it back in the old motherboard, the old video card now, but showing a CPU error and won't boot. Jesus. Keep making it too complicated. I think they do. I mean, obviously it's going to happen, but it just doesn't feel as robust as things used to be, you know?
George, we need... You did a...
So, Alfie, why is it so...
Oh, no, not the AI thing, yeah. Well, that's fair, yeah. Okay, so he's needed.
We had our moment.
Okay, they're not a bunch of jerks.
There's still so much left to do in Coral Gables. You can't just give up now.
Oh, really? This is an interesting change of attitude. Didn't you give up on Coral Gables when you decided to work for Tom Walsh?
Coral Gables, I gave up on you. Don't try turning this around. This isn't about me. Things were going. I went with my more lucrative opportunities. Oh, I feel like this is going to go back on here. I'm on a thin gaming laptop because this isn't the most stupid thing ever. Yes, yeah. My AC set to 72. 9 fan, cooling pad, overheating fan, get going full blast. Wow. The build I did gave me trouble, but that was sorted once I realized the PSU was quite old. Once I got the new PSU, then it worked fine. Internal fan sat on turbo and it still tries to overheat. Bloody hell. So is this specifically your laptop that has some kind of heating issue, or is there something with the design of that laptop, that model, and you just got to keep it cold as hell? Desktops for gaming. Yeah, I mean, I would always go with a desktop personally, but I wouldn't mind do you know what? I wouldn't mind a small laptop or something to do the small jobs with. Something that isn't my phone, because phone screens can be small and fiddly, especially with my big old punchy fingers, you know. And mistypes and everything. It's awful. I'm going to go with the insult because I'm going to turn this... Don't try turning this around on me. Turn this around. This isn't about me. It is about me, ultimately.
I wasn't giving up on Coral Gables. I was giving up on you.
Of course. We've already covered this ground. No need to rub salt any further into the wound. Let's keep things civil and discuss something else, shall we?
Oh, god damn it. I was certain that was going well.
George.
Yes?
George.
So, Alfie...
he's needed.
We had our...
So much left to do.
Didn't you?
So maybe these are about... okay.
No, don't do that. This isn't about me. We're discussing you.
And quite frankly, I think we've exhausted that topic.
Oh, for God's sakes, really? I just feel like this isn't intuitive. I mean, maybe it's just me being an idiot. I guess, you know, always possible. I want to get this first time because I'm sure there's probably an achievement for it as well, so screw it. He's putting a rocket engine inside a Beetle. Yes, yeah. So my current laptop's run the distance since 2019, but the battery's dead the moment powers off without. Yeah. Shoot everyone, no witnesses. Yeah, exactly. Move it forward. Absolutely with the build to survive it going. Hell no. Something that basic setup likes to run a CPU and GPU. Now we're doing anything. Jesus. Hello, cat. You alright? Just stretched out. He's prodding my leg. Bring the hammer back. Yeah, exactly.
George.
Alright.
George. So, Alfie.
Right, so he is needed.
We had a.
We need to convince him.
Oh, really? Didn't you?
So the next one has got to be defend. But this doesn't make sense because he's like, we're trying to say, hey, there's still so much to do. And why did you leave? Because there's nothing left to do. The bubble burst. What the fuck is going on, you know?
I saw the way things were headed and decided to go for a more lucrative opportunity.
For which I can hardly blame you, but I just wish you hadn't jumped ship so soon.
What else was I supposed to do? Drown with the rats? I don't share your optimism, George. I still can't understand how you never felt tempted to just give up yourself.
Who says I didn't? Do you think you're the only one who saw what was going on? The Depression came to Coral Gables years before the rest of the country. There were days when I thought about packing it all in. I knew when the bubble had burst, but I worked too hard to just give everything up. I stayed until they threw me out.
I didn't know that. I thought you were just naive.
We all have our bad days, Alfie. Sometimes it's bad weeks or even months. But what's important above all else is sticking to your principles.
I had a dream. Check the monitoring system and CPU go from 40 in use to 12% without me doing anything other than paying attention. Oh my god, it's a quantum particle. You look at it and it changes state. No. What are you doing? Stop it. Right, okay, so another one. Right, okay, so principles are great, but money is what's on people's minds nowadays. There are principles worth getting killed over. You're right, how could I have been so rash? I'm an idiot. Okay, well, I'm starting to feel like this is coming round about me and less about him, which is kind of, you know, not what I thought the point was. But if we acquiesce, then maybe, my reasoning is, trying to think ahead, we'll say, do you know what, you're right. How, you know, such an idiot, maybe I shouldn't have been so rash. And he'll go like, you're right, I shouldn't be so rash either. Let's go fix the problems.
You're right, George. I don't know how I could have been so rash in my decision. I'm an idiot.
Now, Alfie, don't be so hard on yourself. The fact that you're here now says volumes. But really, let's discuss something else. No need to be so down in the dumps.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
George.
Yes?
George.
So, Alfie...
Okay, needed.
We had a...
Convince. Defend.
I still... Who says the depression? I knew... We all have...
I'm a moron, now stop mimicking me. Yeah, exactly. Principles are great, but money's what's on people's minds. See, now, okay, since we know it isn't the first one anyway, my reasoning here is if we say, is it worth getting killed over, he'll go, do you know what? You're right. It isn't worth getting killed over. Or, most likely, seemingly, following what we've had before, he'll just go, talking about death is way too depressing. Let's talk about something else.
Are your principles worth getting killed over?
Are we back to this again? I told you we're perfectly safe here. In any case, let's change the subject, please.
See, it's just... How am I meant to predict this? How am I meant to understand what's happening in this conversation when everything just takes a bloody sideline?
George.
Yes?
George.
It's not like I'm really following any facial expressions here.
Coral Gables. I spoke.
Who said the we all...
So it has to be worn. Principles are great, but money is what's on people's minds nowadays. How is that any more positive of a line to take than maybe we shouldn't die here?
I understand what you're saying, George, but times have changed. Principles are important, surely, but the depression and lack of money is all anyone thinks about. You made the city beautiful, sparing no expense, making it all about the aesthetics.
Can't throw a punch, no, exactly.
The value of that city in the current economic climate. Someone in charge wouldn't think twice about tearing down the Biltmore to sell the land if it meant a profit.
And all the work we did, all the sacrifices people made will have meant nothing. I hadn't even considered that possibility. I can't in good conscience allow something like that to happen. It seems living down here all these years has made me a bit out of touch. All right, Alfie. As soon as this storm passes, we'll take the first train back to Miami so I can assess the situation myself. Thank you for helping me see things a bit more clearly.
I think I'm the one who should be thanking you for that, George.
But isn't the point that we can't wait for the storm to pass? It's going to kill us.
We should be careful. It sounds like the storm has gotten stronger. George, this building is coming apart. We haven't got any time to lose. We need to get someplace safer.
It's
glimpse of stocking was looked on as something shocking in there.
Just follow me, and we'll be there in no time.
Right behind you.
You both are doomed, yeah.
George, watch out! The ceiling is collapsing!
Oh. Should have already been in the shelter. Yes, exactly. Brotherly Love. Oh, that's the name of the title. Stream.
We remember a very special man whose life was unfortunately cut short.
I didn't get an achievement for succeeding in the conversation.
Someone who wasn't afraid to speak his mind.
Curses.
In fact, he certainly gave me a piece of it one of the last times I spoke with him. However,
how romantic.
He was a kind soul. Alfie cared about the well-being of others, even if they wronged him, and that takes class. Alfie didn't need to apologize to me for the falling out we had so many years ago, but he did, and that meant more to me than anyone could ever know. In the time I knew and worked with him, Alfie always showed an immense amount of initiative, which makes it no surprise that he achieved as much as he did. Despite harder times in his last few years, he showed in the end that he was a good man. I would not be here speaking to you right now if it weren't for him. Not only do I owe my life to him, but my livelihood as well. Though I may not have expressed it as clearly as I should have, Alfie was instrumental in the success of Coral Gables. I'm sure he knew that. And though he was taken from us far too soon, Alfie's legacy will live on in the streets and buildings of this city.
He did indeed, did he?
Just like the galleon which came to be the symbol of Coral Gables, Alfie sailed through all our lives, leaving behind a golden wake.
That's the title of the game. Edward Doc Dammers, Coral Gables' first mayor, completed his term in 1928. 1929, he suffered a stroke while playing golf. After several months of recovery, he returned to his summer home in... what the hell is that? Cochituate, Massachusetts, where he died on March 24th, 1930. Oh, that picture was not a flattering rendition, I've got to be honest. Mind you, instead of a shove, we went with a tackle. We could have both of us. Yeah. Is this a trading card? I don't know. Ripperdoc, yeah. But not a Ripperdoc, thankfully. Despite being killed in his penthouse suite on March 4th, 1929, Thomas Fatty Walsh's legacy lives on at the Biltmore Hotel, where many claim his ghost still haunts the 13th floor. Employees have reported elevator malfunctions as well as the smell of cigar smoke when nobody's staying in the suite. Hello, Cat. Althea Merrick continued living at her home until her death in 1937. In 1976, the city of Coral Gables acquired the house and restored it to its 1925 appearance. In 2010, the Coral Gables Garden Club commissioned a bronze statue of Althea, which currently sits in the garden of the Coral Gables house. Cutie, he is here, yes. He's turned up to say hello for some reason, I don't know. You had 2 lunches. He should be fine. Rip Althea, yes, yeah. To be fair, that's not surprising. William Jennings Bryan. Is this the guy from the pool who spoke at the cable car thing, I think? So has anyone played Backdoor Man? I can't say I have. I'm not sure where this is going. William Jennings Bryan went on to participate in the Scopes monkey trial in 1925, where he famously took the stand and denounced evolution. Successfully achieving a guilty verdict, Bryan died 5 days after the trial ended. Okay. Declined to answer the question on the grounds that it made to incriminate. Exactly, Ziggy. Free game by Grunislav about a male gigolo in Coral Gables. Oh no, okay, no, I haven't, no. Perhaps it's worth playing at some point, maybe? Mabel Cody continued performing death-defying stunts with her flying circus until 1924, when it disbanded due to an accident where she suffered a broken forearm and dislocated shoulder. She went on to join the Doug Davis Baby Ruth Flying Circus. Those pictures aren't similar at all. Eunice Peacock Merrick remained in Coral Gables until her death in 1989. Jesus. 1989? She lived a long time. Okay. Her contributions of land, as well as founding the Coral Gables Women's Club and Gardening Club, made her a pivotal figure in the development of the city. Marjorie Stoneman Douglas went on to become a crusader for the environment. Best known for her work related to the conservation of the Everglades, her best-selling book, The Everglades, A River of Grass, made her cause popular and earned her the nickname the Grand Dame of the Everglades. She died in 1998 at the age of 108. Jesus. Am I a reincarnation of Eunice? Maybe. Wow. After the 1935 hurricane destroyed the Caribbean colony, George Merrick returned to Coral Gables, where he re-entered the real estate business. In 1940, he became postmaster of Miami and died 2 years later in 1942 at the age of 55. Wow. And his wife outlived him by 47 years. Cat, covered in hair. Get off me. Can't breathe. Too much fluff everywhere. There we go. Sorry about that. Anyway. Merrick's legacy is still apparent in Coral Gables to this day. In addition to several streets and parks which carry his name, a statue of him was erected in front of Coral Gables City Hall in 2006, commemorating his vision and eternal optimism. Wow. There's 10 to live longer, and then there's double the lifespan. That's insane. He had a stressful job, true. Yeah. Wow, that's actually a pretty good picture of him. Like the oh, he remained above negative influence. Did I? End of a Salesman, I think that last one was. Game by Francisco Gonzalez. Peter Gresser. Good work with the music. Producer Dave Gilbert. A golden bake. Yeah, that was worth an extra half hour. Pete's lovely. Pete. Was that the music guy? If I just said his name and I forgot it immediately. Gresser was the last bit I remember. Like clear. Soft, strong, and disposable. Yeah, true, yes. Mine or other people's. Not Curly Burns. Ooh. Miranda Corbin. David Gilbert was Speakeasy Thug and Rail Worker. Oh, yeah. Abe Goldfarb. Doc Dammers. Francisco Gonzalez was Umberto. I didn't know that. Didn't sound anything like him, but not that I could tell. Nice one. Okay, I read that as... I didn't read Manjuk to start with, however it's pronounced. I'm just saying. Peter Crescent, right, sorry, I completely forgot that first name. I was too busy focusing on the last one. Have some more husband kibble. No, it's fine. Don't worry. Manjunk, no, I read man fuck. Because it was still scrolling, I was like, that's not an F, surely. And it wasn't, it was a J. A salty horse. Interesting. Oh, are you in here? Who's in here? Do we know anybody in here, actually? Can't say I'm recognising any of these names just yet. I recognise one name. Manfunk. Oh my, yeah. Edmundo Ruiz, Ben Chandler, Jess Haskins. You know these people? I don't know them. If you got you an initial build. I noticed that one, yeah. There was at the bottom. Yeah, just tack you one at the end. The best till last is what they call that. They're cool people. Good, excellent. And there we go. Our first, but definitely not our last, Grundy game. Right, come on you, I need to press some buttons. Come on, out of the way. Okay. There we go. Lovely playthrough. Oh, thank you, Dee Dee. No, sorry, Summer. I'm so used to saying thank you for the hydrates. My brain just automatically threw those two together, sorry. Thank you, Summer, for the statement. That's lovely. I mean, here are the special things near the top and have been here since the first build. Here are the special things in the top and have been there since the first build. Beta tester was only added last year. Oh, I see what you're saying. Right, okay. Yeah, yeah. Special thanks, of course you've got to be at the top because you thank the best people at the top and then save everything else till last. That's all it is. That's fine. Oh, la dee dee. No! Bad tunes. Congrats on second. We need to feel the brain. No, this is just a broken brain. Don't worry. There's no saving this. That's not how that works. Anyway, right. Okay, Joe, I'm going to unplug my phone because I don't have enough cable on there to reach all this way. Because it has been charging because the battery is dying. Okay. Good. Okay. I got an email back from the mortgage guy. He said it's just an admin error. The mortgage is still applicable. Whew. He'll talk about it later. Oh, that's a. Whew. That's all right then. Right. Yeah. Jeez. Hey. Yes. Yeah. Refill his bowl in a second. Thank you. Okay. Right. Okay. Let's see who's on for our raids. Let's see. Oh my God. Twitch, you rubbish app. Rubbish app, you. Ooh. Who is... What is... Oh my God, okay, this is a long one. Okay, they're still going, but they've been on for quite a while. So we don't need to kill him. I mean, no, exactly. I mean, the guy, the guy is nice. He's lovely. He's the broker. He's just doing his thing. We got like because I assume you weren't here at the beginning. We got like an automated message this morning telling us that our mortgage offer had expired, probably because today is the day it was due to expire and no one had told it to stop counting down, so it just said mortgage is out date. I'm like, we need it, and he's like, no, that's fine, don't worry. Text and an email. Yes, well, yeah, but that's just standard stuff, mobile version is terrible. It is. I hate it, but no, it's all fine. He's confirmed it, and we've got an appointment with him to speak to him later anyway. We're called bankers in Minecraft. I beg your pardon. Okay. Anyway, right. Okay. So what we're going to do is we are going to raid out to Zen Dragoon, who's playing Majora's Mask for a bit of a change, something different in it. Why not? So let's do that. They are a nice VTuber who, last I saw, was doing intermittent reads of Lord of the Rings, which was very interesting. So I shall be happy with that. Later on, thank you, Rizalka, for being round. Appreciate it. Have a good night to those that are coming up for it. And I've got to try and remember the correct... There we go. Is there an underscore here? There's always an underscore. Dragoon. Thanks, Strip. No, thank you, everybody, for being here. Maybe tomorrow during normal stream. Oh, right, yes, of course. What day is it? Yes, Thursday tomorrow. Yes, of course. Yeah, I may not be able to catch that. I'm going out to see a film. So if I don't catch it, I hope you have a good stream and hope it goes well. And I shall try and catch up at some point. I've got so much going on at the moment and I'm really behind on things. But otherwise, I just appreciate you all being here. It's very kind. And it's been lovely to have you all here and chatting, so thank you. And it's been a great game. I really enjoyed it, and I look forward to more of his work, which will come sometime in the future. We will struggle through with Lappy. Sorry, the name brings to mind some interesting images, so never mind, we'll leave that. But yes, we shall struggle through. But yes, so have a good one, and yeah, have a good night tonight, and have a good rest of your day for those that are still there. You've got, I know a couple of people you still in the afternoon, and some of you very early morning, so I appreciate you joining me so early as well. It's very kind, and yeah, so thank you all. We shall head out to Zendragoon playing some Majora's Mask. We'll be back. Is it innocent as virgin snow? Oh, really? Okay. So no Lappy yet then. Okay. Well, we'll be back. Oh, we'll be back with more ants on Friday, most likely. Just a quick heads up. Otherwise, well, you know, there's information all around telling you where we're doing what and when. So yeah. But that should be the case for no problem as far as I can tell just yet. I'll update Discord if there's a problem otherwise. Yeah. So take care, everybody. Have a good rest of your day, night, whatever. And yeah, enjoy yourselves. And I shall be back. And thank you again for being here. Bye, everybody. Bye.